scared of the dark, I've been living in it. But I choose my spark, now my fuse is lit. Didn't see it back then, but his hands were there, guiding my steps when I gasped for air. I don't do this for clout, don't need applause. I do this for the ones who've been lost in the fog. For the kid who was told he would never stand tall. I've been there too, now I answer the call.
So what's up with the kosher phone?
So, Seth, what kind of phone do you
Well,
have?
yeah, I would have said to send your notes to my phone, but I have a beautiful flip phone.
What is that? LG
It's a
flip
track
okay,
phone.
but hang
no.
on. You were saying something about a kosher phone.
The
Yeah.
only kosher I know is dill or kosher pickles. I
Or
should
Right,
say.
Jewish
kosher pickles.
Yeah,
food.
or
Okay, it's
Jewish.
Jewish food. That's where my mind went.
Okay. So I say kosher phone. Basically what it is this. If you didn't know, maybe you do. I only know this because I've come to interact with, wow, imagine that in the middle
Jewish
of Holmes
people?
County. Amish people.
Oh.
They're not
Wait.
They're not Jewish.
Wait, where did you say that we're located at?
Holmes County?
Don't tell them where we live. Just kidding.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding.
In the middle of a community of Amish people.
There's only 2 places.
Yeah, there's 3 in the world.
Right. Not to dox you guys and give out your address, saying that you guys live, okay. I could just throw it out there. At any rate, so a kosher phone, I've come to realize that there are phones that that Amish people in this area have. They're flip phones, but I noticed that the one guy, he was standing at the counter of the hardware store that I work at, and he's got this weird flip phone. It's kind of a flip phone, kind of not, and it's got Hebrew on the back of it.
Huh?
What?
Yeah, it's got Hebrew on the back of it. And so I asked him, I was like, dude, what's with your phone? Like, you've got Hebrew on the back of it. And he's like, yeah, it's like some sort of kosher phone.
What?
I kid you not. So it has like the Play Store. It has all that kind of stuff on it. But it's like,
Okay,
It's what?
because they're like most of the Amish flip phones,
Yeah.
or at least the most like the people that I know of, like most of them are touchscreen, and you can do pretty much
They're
whatever
they're
you want.
smartphones
They're smart-
with the
the
manual
flip.
keyboard.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Like
Right.
they
Defeats the purpose.
No.
Which
They,
is like
they
it's-
also bring up their like they can also text like to do the swipe texting on the keypad on the touchscreen.
yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's
a miniature
literally
smartphone.
It's a small smartphone that has a protective shield that flips.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Exactly.
that just happens to have a few buttons on it.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
there is-
what's up with the kosher phone
Yeah.
branding? Is it
I don't know. So all I know is this. All I know, we could, if you want to like have your AI chatbot bring it up, like
Let's actually do that. Let's
Like what
type that in the
specifically?
search engine.
So is it just
On our
spelled
AirChat kosher phone.
KOSHER?
yeah.
If
Yeah.
something
Kosher
about the
phone.
Daily Wire comes up, I'm gonna be pissed.
So basically, what it is, like from my understanding, is it's a very basic phone that people like apparently very conservative practicing Jews, like right there.
Interesting.
Practicing Jews would carry that over carrying they have some sort of smartphones, but
so
yeah,
the brand is
I
kosher cell? Yeah, okay.
incorporated. Yeah, and
Huh.
that's basically it right there.
Huh?
But are those touchscreens?
Yeah, like some of the ones that I've seen anyway.
That's crazy.
Okay, what the main thing I'm interested in, which my phone does not have it, it's a TCL track phone. I think it's the TCL 3. The software is unhackable, so you cannot remove like any default stuff from it. Or I'm sure it's hackable, but I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
But older smartphone or older flip phones, like you can basically like go in and delete stuff from the root directory and make so that it has exactly and only what you want on it.
Yeah,
I see.
Well, that's what some Amish people. There's this local company that has like they it's what is it called? I don't want to say the name, but it's a
I know which
internet
one you're talking about.
that's tailored to the Amish. That they give them a computer and call it a word processor and charge them twice as much.
yeah.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
And do I blame them for that? No, because they're playing the market. But it's I mean they are like, but it's
They're providing a service that the Amish people want, but they don't know how
They're
to
not
do
technically
it. So.
allowed to have it,
Yes.
but they have it anyway.
Well,
well, they are allowed to have it because
Right.
they like the bishop or whoever allows it in their church, so they are technically allowed to have it. It's just sometimes when you look at like especially like the older Amish, you look at them and you see these furniture shops, have the CNC routers, the high tech, word processors, and all the headsets, and then you look at the same church, you look at the farmer, and he still has to use horses and can't use steel wheels on his carts,
No, he
Meanwhile,
has
that
to.
or he
wood
has
shop,
to have steel wheels.
meanwhile, that wood shop is using CAD in the office for the drafting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that would we could go a whole day on that.
Yeah.
Probably.
Because
Which I find it really funny that there's
Get
like
closer to your mic.
sorry, there's a lot of thank you. There's a couple of different guys that on the internet that I watch every so often, and the one is an electrician, and he lives in Iowa, and there's Amish out in Iowa,
yeah,
but they're not allowed to have compared to the Amish here, they're not allowed to have as much technology as they're not allowed to have as much technology as the ones in here.
Mhm.
And so he makes the joke often that there's no such thing as an Amish electrician. But I'm like, I beg to differ.
I know quite a few.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I do. Like
Yeah.
my dad, he's Amish,
Yeah.
and he owns his own electrical company.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
all he does.
Yeah.
So, but also he is from the more liberal Amish.
Yes,
Mm.
yes, he
But-
has electric
yeah.
to his house
Yeah.
and
So,
everything.
but our AI chatbot has been yelling at us to do an intro, or to at least introduce our guest. So, to my left, state your name, number, social security. Just kidding. Your name is sufficient, and I don't know.
Any other information?
How
is okay?
how
know.
do you know
Hi,
us?
my
How
name
about
is
that?
okay. Do
'Cause
I
they
stick
don't
to the
know.
camera?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, my name is Karlin. I am I'm a member of the Church of Latter-day Saints of Jesus Christ. I am an elder in my church. I currently am going to Brigham Young University in Salt Lake
hang on.
City.
Do you know that we usually don't edit a lot of stuff out?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
He's counting on that.
That's
yeah.
why he's telling the truth the
Yeah,
first time.
exactly. I don't know if you know this. I'm wearing my garbs underneath this.
Okay.
My white robes. I'm wearing that underneath.
So, are you pretty far advanced in that church?
I am. Yeah, I'm fairly high up. I have a lot of pull.
Is there
in
is
the
there
Church of Latter-day Saints.
is the word humility in your vocabulary,
It is. It's toward the bottom, but it's there.
and
But
also usually for
I
other people?
I do have. I need to call something out. Then you
Okay.
were drinking coffee.
Oh yeah. Cut that. Cut that. I want-
That's the only thing we'll have to cut from this.
don't you ever say that I
I
did.
will report you.
Man, they caught me. The church elders are never going to let me live this down.
Oh man, but that was a good bit.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
No, my name is Karlin, and
You are
Go-
not
I
part
go-
of the LDS
I'm
church.
not a part of the LDS Church. Thank you. I want to make that clear.
You go.
Nor
to,
am I a part of Jehovah's Witness. I am a Christian.
You
I
go
go
to the
church.
same church as we do.
Yes, I go to the same church as you guys do.
We have never name dropped our church on the podcast.
That's okay.
No, we have.
We don't have to now.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what I was sort of.
We
thinking.
go to a church in this great
No,
land.
no. See, we go to a meeting place of the Church of Jesus
It's called
Christ.
a church, bro.
We don't go to.
We go to a church.
We go to
It's
a
a
church.
building. It's a
but
church.
Is it the church?
Of Jesus
What do you
Christ.
mean?
I'm
Is
pretty
it part
sure
of church?
isn't
Of
there
Latter-day
one
Saints.
isn't there
It's a-
one time in Acts where it is called like church as in the sense that we would
Like a
use it?
gathering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a local gathering of
It just-
believers.
yeah.
It's called a church.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
like a
Like-
murder of crows. It's a church. It's a
Don't-
group of Christians.
Is it a murder
A
of
church of
churches?
Christians.
Yeah, no, it's just a church.
murder of
Yeah,
Christians.
Yeah. no,
No, that
That's
has
That's
called
dark.
martyrdom.
terrible. It's called Islam.
I was trying to get at something that did not.
That was
That okay. This turned dark fast.
Mm-hmm.
darker than his sunglasses.
So, anyways, it's good having you on.
Thank you. That's good to be here. I
To
guess
the
until I
left.
bump my mic.
Of Karlin in the black T-shirt.
Yes. The Homestead Living T-shirt. My name is Seth, and you asked how I know you guys. Well, we go to the same church, obviously. You guys started coming. We had a singles group there called Paul's Favorites. We still have it, but they're not a part of it anymore because
No.
they became
Graduated?
Peter's
We have been
favorites.
kicked out. Yeah.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Paul's rejects.
Paul's reject.
Paul's acceptables. No, so that's how I know these guys is just
Yeah.
from church and like
Yeah.
hanging
So-
out.
That just right off the top, There's something I've always wanted to ask you,
Me. Okay.
but I never really talked a lot about it.
Okay.
And Arlen loved this, loves the, like what you do, or at least you used to, jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, do you still?
I
do you
do
still
not.
roll?
I
or
I mean,
whatever
I'm
the lingo
all
is?
into. I would be very willing to roll with anybody who's like, hey, do you want to
Yeah,
go
yeah.
and roll? I'm like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I haven't gone. There's a couple different reasons. Do you want me to dive into it?
Well, I don't mind about that, but
Fir-
I had
first of all,
more.
do
No.
you-
No. I had more questions
Okay.
about like just what is jiu-jitsu. Would you recommend it to somebody as a self-defense, and why is there such a big like people either love it or hate it? Like
Yeah.
there's usually not too much in between, from what I've heard.
I
and
haven't met a
seen.
lot of people who hate it.
You're looking across the table at one.
You hate it?
Oh
Have you gone?
no,
Oh, okay. So it's like not eating broccoli and say I hate broccoli.
no, it's different because you can watch people's react. If you watch people, you can't really experience broccoli by just watching some people do it or eat it, but you can experience.
I mean,
what
if
it's
somebody
like.
makes a face when they eat broccoli, you can definitely tell how they enjoy
Well,
it.
okay, but it's different because in jiu-jitsu you are competing. In eating broccoli, you are not. So here's my thing with jiu-jitsu. It's a sport.
Yeah.
So anything that's a sport, how is that tailored to self-defense?
I was gonna say you haven't gone one-on-one against a rabbit eating broccoli, have you?
No, I have not.
Okay. All
But
right.
see, because if you go into the sphere of self-defense,
Yeah.
okay, then it's your most or your and I am not a self-defense expert. So,
Well,
but-
you're talking like one.
okay, well then I'm going to be one here for
Don't
just
try
a
this
little
at home.
All right.
bit. Your best option of self-defense is to keep the person as far away as possible.
There's two
Run.
options. There's two options. You either, and it's the same in just in fighting in general, right? In boxing, in MMA, which very similar, right? Or in jiu-jitsu. You either create distance with the person that you're going against or that's trying to go against you, or you close the distance and you get as close as possible because either you're in striking distance of somebody or you're not, whether that be close to them or far away from them. If you're close to them, then you're in striking distance not to hit them, well, maybe to hit them, but your fist has, or your hand or your leg has less distance to travel, thus it has less momentum to pick up before it hits the person, right? You can be really close. So like in Muay Thai, there's something called the clinch where you're really close to somebody and you're like they're kind of together, basically almost like a bear hug, and you're like you can strike and stuff like that, and it's effective, but you have very little range of motions with your arms, right?
Do you watch UFC?
I did. I actually, funny enough, I was watching I watched the Conor McGregor versus
Nate Diaz?
Max Holloway
Oh,
fight this Saturday, and then it was the other like larger was Patty Patty Pimblett and Benoit Saint-Denis. So those were like the two larger fights that were happening. The last one, the McGregor versus Holloway fight, was very sad because McGregor tore his ACL or his knee, something like that, like the first round, and went down. But good fights. I do watch it occasionally.
Okay, so if you watch UFC,
Yeah.
then like the best positions are the striking ones, because if you are looking for and this is once again I'm going to tie back to self-defense. If you the more distance you have between, obviously your first your best position of self-defense is just not being there
Or just running away.
or just running away.
Yeah.
The second is a gun,
Okay.
because that they're as far away as possible.
Haven't seen many guns in UFC fights, but yeah.
no. Yeah. Anyway, and then
You need to talk to Dana White about that.
I know. The third is striking. It's
Yeah.
like jiu-jitsu would be your last resort.
Oh, not
Is to
necessarily.
roll on the ground with some guy. And
Mm.
the whole label that a 130-pound female can, pin and kick a, 275 ripped dude's butt. I'm not buying it. Because you know what I believe in? The laws of physics. And the laws of muscle
I feel like that's
versus
biology.
weight. Well, biology, whatever. It's the laws of physics in my mind.
I guess if he's falling on her.
Okay. But
Um,
do you know where
I
I'm
do.
coming
I
from?
see where you're coming from, and you make a good point. That's the thing. You make a good point in that truly, if a let's say a 16 to 17-year-old young girl going against a 25 to 30-year-old man, right? Depending on what that dude's physique is, or what that dude's even like thinner physique for a dude.
Like the average physique, she is in no way or she's no match. And this is just for the general female. Obviously,
Right.
people are going to say, "Oh, there's this one female." No,
Right.
But that's built like a kangaroo. But anyway,
Ronda Rousey. Yeah, go ahead.
But anyway, so my point is, telling her that jujitsu is for self-defense would be a disservice. Like, she would be better off striking, and she wouldn't have much
Okay.
chance then, because
Okay.
her only hope would be
Olympic
a gun
runner.
or that.
Teach you sprinting.
Yes.
Okay, so
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
to be intellectually honest with you,
Mm-hmm.
yes, sort of. The other question is, though, even if she hits him, right,
Mm-hmm.
he can still grab her arms.
Yes.
And now she can't hit him.
Yeah.
So what good does it do now?
Well, if your first punch was hit
Okay.
its mark.
Okay,
She also doesn't
this
have
is
the
going
mass.
nowhere.
Yes.
She
This
also
is-
doesn't then have the mass to
Yes.
like do
This
that
is
great of a
going
punch then,
nowhere.
does she?
Well, and also
Or is it just
might
all
be,
technique?
It might be
Because
a,
if it's all technique, then jujitsu would work great then too,
Mhm.
wouldn't it? Because if it's all just technique.
well, technically.
Okay, so
I know what we
if
need
we're
to
gonna
do.
if we're gonna change subjects, let me
I
just
know what
close.
we need to do.
What?
We need to get you guys on the mat and then have a rolling match and also have a striking match and see.
Will there be any rules? Because because I've watched this in UFC, and this is what if people go for the grab or the waist grab, and
yeah,
you just
take
get
down.
smashed in the face, guess what? They all of a sudden be like, you know what? I'm not doing that.
Yeah. So okay, let me
That's
just
because when you see a jiu-jitsu match,
yeah.
they're just rolling around. They got so many opportunities to smash that guy's face in,
Right.
But they can't because
But it's not the
allowed.
point. Okay, let me close. If we're going to change subjects, let me close with this. Okay, you made the point that in UFC fights, right, a lot of really good opportunity comes with like striking, right, and oftentimes people are throwing punches. That is true, but in the case of this previous fight I just watched, versus like it was Pimblett versus Saint-Denis. Pimblett won via a submission. He got him in a chokehold. Okay, which is something that you can do. It's possible, and UFC fights are won this way, right? So it's not all striking, but oftentimes they start striking because it's a big deterrent. That initial pain is a very large deterrent, right? Getting smacked, nobody wants to get smacked in the mouth.
No.
Because getting smacked in the mouth, uppercut to the chin, even just getting bashed in the face with somebody's elbow, that's a big deterrent to try and actually get close to somebody.
Front hand, back hand.
Also, it looks cooler.
It does look cool, right? It looks cool. But the cool thing about jiu-jitsu is it self-defense? Yes, right? Jiu-jitsu, much like wrestling, is not like the only martial art you need. So back when the UFC first started, right? You had people who knew maybe one or two different martial arts, different disciplines, right? And they would come and they would fight. And they would see who has the best disciplines, who knows it the best, who's like the best fighter here. And you had people who had a background in wrestling in college and in high school who were supplemented by knowing jiu-jitsu and knowing boxing. So it's never that it's just one. Knowing one is good, knowing two is much better, right? You could have striking, but having the ability to take somebody down and then submit them using a more non-violent or a more restraintive form of ending the fight is sometimes better, right? Because you don't necessarily want to give somebody a concussion,
Right.
but you might want to choke them out for a little bit.
I agree with you that jiu-jitsu would be valuable in a set of martial arts.
With other supplementive
Yes.
martial arts.
Just
yes.
not on its own,
Okay.
and it's not the most important.
So what I hear a lot of what people say about jiu-jitsu, it's a lot about the mindset that it creates,
Yes.
the discipline that it takes,
Yes.
and I just heard Kyle Thompson talking about this. He was saying that it teaches you to slow yourself down in a very for lack of a better term, I don't like a panicky situation.
Yes.
It teaches you to slow down and think through and to think under pressure.
Yeah.
Think in a very highly volatile situation.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it's a lot the mental mind game is like one of the biggest benefits.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to, to slow things down in a very high pressure, tense situation. But so yeah, I don't know.
In my opinion, and we can move on. But in my opinion, it sounds a lot like saying I run for self defense. Like I train myself to run
Well,
for self defense.
you could say
it
that.
teaches you a lot of things about discipline. It makes you do hard things.
Yeah.
Makes you uncomfortable, and it strengthens you.
Well, there you go.
And also, you can now run faster.
Right.
So-
So and another thing that I have noticed, or I did notice that it did, and it still has. Like it's not like having not done it for a while. It's not like it's taken away the lessons that I've learned in it. Right.
Mhm.
So and he's correct. It builds confidence in yourself because having a coach like Jose, right? Jose and Micah are the two coaches that I had when I was doing jiu-jitsu.
Mhm.
Having them push you, right? Like they knew how much you're capable of. The body is capable of doing much more than the mind will allow
Oh
you to
yes,
do.
I know that.
And so they
Yep.
would push you to your limit or what you thought your limit was. And when you went past your limit, you saw, oh, hey, like my body it can do this many forward rolls. It can do this many, like we did cartwheels. We did fireman's carries. We did water or wheelbarrow like walks and squats. Like you would have somebody hold your legs. You'd walk along, do a push-up, walk along, do a push-up. You did all of that. Doing all of that and seeing that I actually can push past this, but it's myself who's holding me
Yeah,
back here.
Yeah.
That's actually a good point, and it's because I learned that what was the furthest you remember this? It was Christmas Day when I wanted to run out to Grandpa's for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Was it the furthest that I had ran was what 3-4 miles?
I don't know.
I think it was 3 or 4 miles, and I said that was the furthest that I ran, and I was like, I'm going to run out to my grandma and grandpa, and I'm going to make it a half marathon, so
Yeah.
13.1. So the furthest I had ran was 4 miles max.
It's still warm.
Yes, it is. It is still warm. And then, like once I got into the groove, and there was no question. Okay, like I might only run 6 or 7 miles.
Yeah.
It was I'm going to run the full 13.1.
Yeah.
And because I had to run out of the way to add up miles, and just that mindset of like my body can do more.
Yeah.
Because it was screaming at miles 5.
Oh yeah.
Like I ran down into this one town that there's steep hills everywhere you got, and I was down the bottom was about 5 miles from where I started. It was further than I ran before, and I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!" Like, and so
What am I doing?
yeah, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm not even halfway yet. Yeah,
Yeah.
And on
And-
top of that, you had to go. You could have just gone straight there, but you had to go out of the way
yes.
to make up this mileage to
Yeah.
get there.
So this
it's-
lead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, I was going to sort of change the subject.
That's fine.
This leads me a little bit into something I have for you. Do you consider learning an instrument a discipline?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I had a guitar that I fiddle around with for a while.
You aren't supposed to fiddle a guitar.
That's my problem. I wonder where the
No,
stick
I was
was.
just gonna say this is not gonna make
just
your
bow for
discipline
some
sound good.
No, but see,
Are you
like,
sure you don't have a violin?
First
little guitar.
first rule is learn the instrument. Learn what it is.
So, because okay, how many instruments can you play? I know you play guitar.
Guitar,
Do you?
box drum, and keys a little bit, like piano. But
Okay.
it's been a while since I couldn't
Okay.
play piano well.
Okay, yeah.
I'd have to brush up
So
on
first
that
off-
a lot.
Explain box drums, because to me it looks like a Mennonite drum. It looks like the Anabaptist version of drums.
Yeah, kind of. I mean,
Okay.
well, no, a box drum in this community, yes, probably.
Can you do everything with a box drum that you can with a drum set?
No,
I haven't seen cymbals on them yet.
but
No.
so a box drum. Actually, it's
hieroglyphs?
formally called a cajon,
Uh,
which is Spanish for box.
Really?
Yes. So it's not very sophisticated, but the face of the drum has different tones depending on where you can hit it, or
I
on
noticed.
where you hit it. So you hit it lower, it's a bassier tone. If you hit it higher, it has more snare to it, depending on if it has a snare on the inside, like wires touching the inside face of the drum that rattle when you hit it. So you can hit it on the very top corner, and it makes a different sound. Like there are some insane drummers, like you can do a lot with a box drum.
Yeah.
So it is its own instrument, its own right. It's not just the Amish version of a drum kit, although it's like it's more percussion. It's more along the percussion line of instruments and not
Gotcha.
so much like contemporary drums.
Is it
So
difficult?
that's why they accept it.
Is it
'cause
difficult
doesn't
to
look like
learn?
it doesn't look like the devil's instrument.
Is it difficult to learn?
No. The biggest thing to learn would be like rhythm, like learning how to
Rhythm,
keep
yeah,
basic time and then building on that.
So, I also had, and I'm exposing myself on this podcast, but so I had that guitar that I just now learned you don't fiddle with. I also had a bass for
Yeah.
a little bit. So, and a bass I could see where you can get to just playing with like a guitar or playing with another instrument very quickly and easily. Like that isn't the biggest, but then to get technical with the bass is just as difficult, I'd say. But so, is that how? Could you pick up a bass and play with somebody that was playing a guitar like right now, even though you haven't really, because just simply because of your familiarity with like a guitar or something?
You could, yes, technically. You would have to. So there are some patterns you can learn,
Okay.
really simple patterns that you can learn for bass specifically that help you play, the bass
Yeah.
specifically. But it's similar to guitar, so it wouldn't be hard to like pick up the concepts
Yeah.
or like figure out where you're playing on the strings. But my brother, when he was out in Colorado, serving at New Horizons, he taught like 10 different people how to play like the basics on bass guitar.
Really?
Because it's pretty simple to pick
Yeah,
up and learn. If you have like
Yeah.
a couple simple patterns, then you can play with most
Yeah.
worship songs because
Uh-huh.
they're all the same.
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of worship
Oh
songs,
my goodness.
you both are in praise and worship at our church.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah. Right.
So we have any complaints?
We're not-
These two.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what?
Please submit all complaints to Karlin.
Yes. Yes. That's okay. I'll be the
His
customer
phone
service
number
rep.
is anyway.
Right.
So what goes into church song selection? Like, do they just watch the latest Hillsong album and then just go, yep, or
Yeah. Whatever they're playing at Joel Osteen's church.
okay,
Yeah,
Joel Osteen.
right.
Oh my goodness.
Because
oh my goodness.
like some of the songs, and this is a me problem, but I struggle with.
It
I'm
is.
like, okay,
It is a you problem.
That has also been a struggle of mine as well, like throughout various songs, like having three, so neither of us are the lead worship pastor, I guess,
Right.
music director,
That would be Travis.
right, but even
dox
just by
him.
nature of having more than one worship leader, like you're gonna have to do some songs that you don't love sometimes, and the process that we use with our songs is like people can submit requests if they want, but Travis is the one who picks the songs, and then he'll submit them to the leadership, and the leadership looks at them and makes sure that like the lyrics are true, or at least they're
Theologically
not
sound to a degree.
Yeah,
to
so
a degree,
there's-
yes.
so there's-
enough that it's like they're not gonna pick a song that, like, if there's concerns, it's brought up in that process
Gotcha.
rather
Gotcha.
than he just brings a song Sunday morning and that's the first time anyone's heard
So
it. Like
there's no chance a Skillet song is slipping through.
if people
You
didn't, if people
don't say
didn't
that
kn-
too loud.
yeah, right.
All we have
You
to do
can
is just
give
make
Travis
it more
a
acoustic and we're
suggestion.
fine.
That's right.
Okay,
You can give Travis a suggestion.
I don't think we're gonna be singing Monster on stage,
Oh,
there
okay.
goes my
or Invincible.
What about
Yeah,
Dominion,
if
we
it's-
might.
Dominion. Okay,
I-
I mean we can.
The
What about
worst that
Stand
can
in the
happen is
Storm?
he says no.
Okay, I know Travis. I'll give him a shout.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'll rattle his
well,
bell.
and that's actually something that, if certain songs, and I'm not gonna sit here and say that they're terrible and we shouldn't sing them. It's just like I don't like them because I'm a man and my voice only goes so high.
But also,
And
how
also,
many
like,
songs
this.
are so effeminate?
Yes, yes.
You know what I
is
mean?
exactly
It's like
right.
okay,
Like,
You've
Give an
been listening
example.
to a lot of Reformed podcasts, haven't you?
I don't know. But
That
okay,
means you have.
like it's like the one song about
what-
Psalm 23 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like and this is and I have been convicted of this a while back.
Yeah.
This is like my worship time at church when I'm singing the songs.
Okay.
It's not about me.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not about if I like the song or not.
Right.
Right.
So
Same goes for us.
Yes. So it's like, okay, like I can, with this song, I can worship God. I can worship the Lord.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, it's like, okay, there are obviously patterns.
Yes.
And
yes, there are.
sometimes I look at my wife and I'm like, why can't we have more of this? Because
Mm-hmm.
and I know you guys know this because I know when you guys get fired up, there is a pattern of songs that when
Mm-hmm.
you sing, and Travis would testify to this because I know I can see it, I can hear it in his voice. Everybody in church is singing along, and everybody's fired up.
Everybody's singing louder. Like,
Yes.
or you can they sing with more volume because I feel like they sing with more conviction of what they're
So
singing.
Yes.
are you thinking lyrically at
It-
this point?
And beat, because sometimes,
Okay.
and get this, in an Anabaptist church, sometimes a clap breaks out.
Oh, that's
Sometimes.
dangerous.
God forbid.
Oh,
God
yeah.
forbid that happens.
Sometimes people start clapping, and everybody's like,
If that starts happening at your
Florida.
church, find a different church.
Just know that the next thing that's coming is dancing. They're going to be dancing
and actual drums.
and snake holding.
Oh my goodness! You keep
No,
them
but
snakes
like,
away.
so if you guys sing, and it's especially with old hymns,
Yeah.
Yes.
like "Are You Washed,"
Yes.
Okay.
the
saw
old
the
regular cross,
light.
Yes.
like all those songs, everybody, and you can
Yes.
feel the spirit.
Yep.
You can sense the spirit, and it may just be like in a baseball game when a guy hits a home run. That's also you can sense that.
Everybody's on the same page.
Yes. So I'm like, and then you play this other song like Psalm 23, and then
Ouch.
I tend to like. That's on me.
Okay,
I get
well,
that.
some of these newer songs are so difficult to pick up the tune.
Yes.
Like, okay, so 'cause, like, I would like to call myself like, okay, I can pick up a tune, especially if I have lyrics and there's like people singing the song.
Okay.
But maybe I'm just not good at
So-
it. But there's some of these tunes that I just cannot get a hang of. But
Did I
that's
offend
probably
someone by my statement of Psalm 23?
I mean, personally, I love that song, but
Right.
you're entitled to hate or love whatever
And
you wish.
It's not. I agree with where you're coming from. Right. Like, I see where both of you are coming from, and I myself have had a very similar, formulated a very similar opinion, in that I like songs like a really good one that I enjoy singing because it's true, it's very worshipful. It takes the focus off of myself and it puts it on God because of what it's doing. And that is He worthy? Is a song that I really enjoy because it's asking the question and then we're giving the reply. He is worthy.
yeah.
Right?
See, I agree with you on that. The one there's this one song, and occasionally I'll look to my wife and say like I'm just not, or on the way home, like
Or
we'll
you'll text
talk
me.
about it, or I'll text.
We'll talk about it on a podcast.
Yeah.
Right.
We
Or-
actually
one
text
of
a
the
lot each other, like during the sermon, like
You
like
guys related?
We will like bounce ideas. Like,
Yeah, like-
You guys, will
thinking what I'm
rate,
thinking?
you guys will give Ray like a certain amount of stars for his sermon. Like,
well,
Yeah,
but
well,
but
yeah.
but it's hilarious. Like almost every time it shows how much we think alike because almost every time, like if he texts me or I text him first, like we're thinking the same thing already
interesting.
about what's being like.
It is.
Like
It is
like,
How does
shocking.
one get
I mean,
into this group chat? Because I'd love to.
we should loop
We-
him in. We
we-
should.
Oh, I would love
At
to
some
see it,
point,
but I
like,
would
it
just
doesn't-
have to make sure my phone is like
silent.
on silent if I'm up there, because like
Or I just need to
singing
say-
and all of a sudden like
if I'm leading worship though, because like I'll have my phone out because like okay, we run a metronome, right?
oh, that would be hilarious.
Dude,
that
you
popping
pop
on-
up and it's like, man, that song sucked. I'm like, oh.
like he's
Into
stumbled
our
over
I
the-
in-ear
know
monitors.
I know that what I'm doing is for you, and that it has. I hope that it has helped somebody worship you, like just taken the focus off of themselves and off of what's going on, and put the focus on you. But for them,
Okay, so I think one reason why there are certain songs that at our church everybody sings partially is simply because they know the song.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
certain songs, so like hymns, traditional hymns,
There's
that have been around
reason
for a long
why
time.
we're still singing them.
Yeah, they're
Because
good.
they sound
and they're,
good,
And
yes.
they sound good. The lyrics are amazing. Like the theology is rich and stuff like that, and the tunes are easy to remember.
Yes.
But there is a it depends on what you listened to or what you listen to mostly, because everyone has the potential to learn very complicated songs.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
If
I'm
they
also,
if they want to.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
like,
also not saying that, the church has to now,
Yeah.
do only songs that
So
that's not
there-
because there's
so
a
there's
this
whole bunch of
song-
different cultures.
I will send you
within
my
the church.
next set list.
So-
and
Yeah,
ask
do
you
that.
if it's good
Do that.
enough.
So there was this song that we sang. We haven't sung it a lot, and for that I'm very thankful. But I can't remember what it's called, but
do you
yeah.
remember the?
it's something beautiful.
Oh Lord, you're beautiful.
is that I'm not sure.
The hymn. Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Let's ask the chatbot for that song.
I'm
Yeah.
not quite sure, but anyway, like you're saying how like you're using the word beautiful. It made me very uncomfortable singing it. Not that there's anything wrong with it.
You mean
Uh-uh.
it's like you
but
hear
it-
these Christian girls say, "Oh, I'm dating Jesus right now."
Yeah,
Like
or
that,
okay.
that
Don't
seems
even
weird
start,
to
man.
me.
Don't
If-
do it.
if
Don't
you-
start.
If you can swap out the name Jesus and
Uh-huh.
put your partner's name in it, and it sounds good.
So is this
Is it
it?
that
Oh
one?
Lord, you're beautiful. Your face is all I see.
I can't remember.
and when
Is
your
that
eyes
the
are on
one?
this child, your grace abounds to me.
We haven't sang it in a long time, or at least
No, that doesn't
I
sound
was
right.
there.
I think I know what you're
What a
talking
beautiful name it is.
No, not that one. I don't think.
Because I was
But-
gonna say that's
So is your critique that it doesn't actually use the name of Jesus?
No.
It's like a love
the,
song.
The only thing it was like it's a very like
Okay.
a very feminine
So-
version, and I feel uncomfortable referring to Jesus as almost like I would my wife or
As-
No,
something.
okay,
Like,
so
this
it
is-
just
this
made me
is-
uncomfortable.
this is
Do
a
you
along
very
feel
that-
good-
uncomfortable being a part of the bride of Christ?
Oh my goodness, are we gonna go? No,
No,
no.
Listen,
no.
this is hysterical. I watched this clip. It's of South Park. I think it's South Park has this.
Why are
You heard it
watching
here
South
first,
Park?
folks.
I don't
They
watch.
watch South
I
Park.
don't watch.
Run from
don't
this
say
podcast.
They. Don't
I
say
don't-
they.
I don't watch
Karlin
South
watches.
Park. I don't watch that. But there was this clip on social media that said how Christian songs are made, and the guy was like, "Look, all we have to do is take this secular song, replace the word baby with Jesus." And it's like, I love you
actually saw
so
that.
much.
I don't watch South
Jesus.
Park. I saw what he was talking
Yes.
about.
See, but
anyway, yeah.
it's. I think that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, and to be fair, our church does not do that. Like, does not sing a lot of those songs. They do not. There was one or twice that was like a little queasy about singing because I almost didn't really want to like keep on singing it. But like, it
I'm so
does-
curious to know which
I
song
was-
that
I
was.
do. I wanna know.
Well, I will try and figure out that song and get back to you.
Here's an
Okay.
idea.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
don't we
Anyway.
start a group chat that's about songs, and then
That's fine.
we'll hit them up
So
live.
anyway,
we'll be like,
Yeah.
but
"What are you trying
on-
to do?
on
I'm playing
this topic-
Tetris on this song."
on this topic, have any? I didn't even hear what you said, but
He said I'm playing Tetris on this song.
Text the group
like-
mid-service. Like,
Oh.
what are you doing with this song? I'm
pulls
playing
out-
Tetris right
He
now.
pulls out an original. He pulls out an original Game
Game
Boy and
Boy.
starts playing
Playing Tetris.
Pac-Man and Tetris on it.
anyway, so
Super Mario.
have any of you
8-bit.
guys read? I don't know. I think it's book, but I think it's Joey Martin. Worship is War, or does
don't
that
read
sound?
public.
No, I think I've heard of it, but I've not read
It
it.
might not be Joey Martin. I'm not sure who it is, but I sort of want to read that book because I've heard some people talking a little bit about it. Like, worship is actually an offensive act of war against the evil one. Because in that setting, in that sense, like really, you are worshiping the one true God, and that is you are like there's like there's a connection there. Like you are literally like making him your all in all. Like you are worshiping him
Mm-hmm.
in a singular focus. That means all the evil one and all the demons, like they're not there if you're actually truly in worship with him. Or am I making sense?
Well, I think
Yeah, I think
Like,
so.
and I have not listened to
but
a
here's
lot of
also-
that
here's-
concept, but it's very interesting to me.
Like the thing I always thought about was worship was, well, worship leaders. Like you guys, it's just like songs. Like your worship part as a Christian is like singing songs and like, oh, holy is God. But what I've learned, and this verse, I think this verse hits it home. Like it's your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
is a
Yes.
worship.
Yes.
Like Romans 12:2, 1 and 2. Did I miss on this one?
No.
Is acceptable,
I think
which
it's
is your
one.
spiritual worship.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I appeal to you, therefore, brothers, by the mercies of God, to present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which is your spiritual worship.
There you go.
Like, it's more than just singing. It's
Yes,
what you
yes,
do
but-
with
but-
your
but it-
body,
but
with
it
your
is an
life,
act-
with do you cook with sugar?
It is.
I just had to throw that in there.
It is
feel
an
that.
act.
Okay,
It is
okay.
an act of aggression against the enemy,
Yeah.
because you are
Yeah.
worshiping the one true God.
It says the gates of hell will not prevail against the church. Gates are defensive,
Yes.
which means we are the attackers against
See,
the
that is
kingdom
so
of hell.
Arnold, pull up your notes. Pull up what the note that I sent you beforehand, and then I want it. That is literally what.
Up.
That is literally what the topic that I wanted to bring up tonight is how. Hang on. Technical difficulties. So, I was listening to a podcast. So, and these notes I just while I was driving I was talking into my phone. So, but the kingdom of God should be offensive, and I'll try to explain a little bit. If we take the fight to push back evil, think of it when we defend something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, and for the most part, my whole life, I had the idea of, well, just don't do this, and this, and it'll be all right. Okay, it was nothing that I was really supposed to do, but just don't do these. Like, be known of what you don't do instead of what you're doing. Okay, so and in the same context, like, just stay in your area, stay in your lane, put up walls, like keep evil out, so hopefully good will be in here, and along that line, but just think of it: the enemy will be able to come and attack you on his terms. If our heart is in a good place, our defenses, are constructed. What are we going to do then? You're behind your defensives. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to get bored. Being bored is the worst thing that a man can do.
I disagree.
It depends.
I disagree.
Yeah, it depends on what
among
you mean.
the worst
I disagree.
things.
I just had a conversation with your dad, I think,
Okay.
about this very thing.
Yeah.
Among the worst things.
But yeah, as a general life rule, you shouldn't be sitting around just, oh man, like there's nothing to do.
yeah,
If
exactly.
you are,
Or-
if you
or
are
like say-
habitually bored,
Or
Yeah.
if you are habitually saying, "Oh, I'm just like I'm getting prepared to see what God has in store for me," or I'm like, well, for the past 4 years you've been saying like, "Hey, I'm ready," or "I'm waiting," or no,
Yeah.
do something, okay?
Right.
But
I'm in a
also,
period of waiting.
also, if we are waiting for the attack of the enemy, it
I'll bite you on the
it
back.
gives them a broad perspective, or like
jujitsu?
it gives them a wide
I will.
opportunity. Now, if we take the fight to the enemy.
Yeah.
Like it says, the gates of hell won't prevail. Just like you said, a good defense is a good offense.
A better defense is a good offense.
A good offense,
Is a better defense?
yes. Or what's that old sports adage? Like what?
I
did
don't
we all-
know. You've always
Good
said
offense is defense. So
a
if
good
you're
defense
keeping the ball out of the
out of the other guy's
opposition's
hands.
hands.
Yes.
But go ahead. You wanted
Okay.
to make a thought.
So, two things. First off,
The best defense is a good offense. Yes.
yeah. First thing, that is a very good point. You said, I'm in a season of waiting, right? What can you do while you're waiting?
Be on your phone scrolling Instagram for 7 hours per day.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
that's not it.
Amen. Yeah.
It's what you do at the line.
On
at
your
the DMV.
kosher phone.
Yeah. On your kosher phone. Yeah, exactly.
But
No.
it's
Playing
kosher.
Tetris.
Yeah.
Okay, so
on my Game Boy.
like
During worship.
Like, hey, we are fighting evil. Like, let's tear down the enemy's strongholds. Like, let's take the fight to them and pick the fight on our terms. Like, why not? Why do we always just want to? Okay, well, I'm comfortable here. I know where we are. Like, I go to church every Sunday, and I have my group of friends. We have our Bible study. Like, and all those things are good.
I was gonna say.
Fine and dandy.
Okay.
Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
But how did Jesus do what he did without being aggressive?
There are times where I I look at our church gatherings and our church functions, like, you know, the stuff that we do, the fellowship that we have with believers, and it's good stuff. But sometimes it's like, so just this weekend, for example, I was part of a choir event, and it was a bunch of like brothers, sisters in the Lord, for the most part, I would say. You know, you can't tell if you're in a big crowd, you know. But it was, you know, a Christian gathering. It was a great time. But there were a couple points where I just sat to myself and I thought, okay, we're having a great time, but there are suffering people in this community. Like, and I'm not saying that, you always have to be out in the community, like giving food or whatever. But like, what I'm saying is, if we don't, it's easy for us to become complacent and bored, you know, if you will, if all we're doing is actually not what the Great Commission is.
Yes.
Because the Great Commission is not boring.
No.
Okay.
And also, like, let's look at the life of Jesus. Okay. How did he start his ministry? How he went from place to place. Like, he went and sought the lost.
Yeah.
He, and in that, like, people also drew to him. Like, it's not that you can't, you know, but
do you have different responsibilities than Jesus if you have a wife?
Paul thinks
Yes.
so.
If you have a family?
Well, it
like,
depends
okay.
on, in the natural, yes.
Okay, in the natural, yes, but
That's
like,
what because it also
but
comes
in,
down.
in like, okay, the first and foremost, let's not miss it. If you have a family or you don't, I mean, you can't get past your first priority.
Which is your family?
No,
It's not.
which is God. We are here to worship God, and we do that through our family. We do.
That's your as a parent. That is your number one mission field.
What?
Is your family
Yes,
the number one?
as a parent, yes.
That is why Paul says in 1 Corinthians, he talks about, like, he wishes people were as him,
Yeah,
singles.
single,
That's, by the way, in
because-
case that was in the beginning of the podcast, we know each other because of Paul's favorites.
Yes.
That's where that name
That
comes
was
from.
the older single
This is
group.
the older singles group. Paul is basically saying, I wish more people were like myself, single, because you just have more freedom and more time to serve the Lord in various ways.
Yes.
And it's not that loving your wife is not serving the Lord.
Yes.
Right.
But with what he was talking about, it was like you don't have as much time for like evangelism when you also need to take care of your household and your wife and your like your family.
Yeah.
So
that's like I don't think it's helpful or whatever to tell a mother of 10 that why are you not out on the streets, you know,
Yes.
helping
Hey,
everybody.
Listen.
And she's
That
like,
is not
bro,
what-
do you like
yeah.
Is
You
this a single
change-
mother, or is this a mother with?
a mother with, even if she comes from the Church of Latter-day, no, never mind.
Okay, hang on.
Well, that should be easy because they have multiple
Were,
mothers.
were you?
But I'm talking about
is
just
that
some of
what
them.
you
On
got
On this week's
from
episode
what
of
I
Mormon
said?
Housewives.
Yeah, kind of, because
Is that what you got from
well,
what I said?
It's a lot more nuanced than like
I'm not saying that but if you just like I said, you can serve God by taking care of your family. That is your number one mission field. I agree.
Okay.
But that's also not a popular hot take to say. It's not attractive to say.
What?
Hey, like wives, you should, or mothers, you should, you know, your number one mission. You are working for the Lord. You are doing all these things by taking care of your family.
Okay.
That's not as attractive as, you know what, I'm going on a mission
Okay,
trip to
why
Africa.
why is that not
I was
not, not
gonna
as
say.
why is that not as attractive?
Yeah.
It's not as attractive to say.
Interesting.
Not as glamorous.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
mean-
how many people do it? Everybody does it. Not everybody goes on a mission trip to Africa or Jamaica
No,
or
but-
all these other
but
tropical
I- but
places.
I-
Have
I
you
fail-
seen
Wait a minute,
Greece right
wait a minute.
now?
Who is
There
going-
are people
who-
finding wives in Greece and
Well,
husbands, and so
But
like
also, who is going to Iceland for a mission field? Nobody. You know why? Because it sucks there. It's cold.
here's the other thing.
Everybody's
Who's
going
going
to
to
all
I just feel
tropic-
called to Hawaii
yes, I am.
for missions.
Yes, for a 5-star resort. You know. Oh, okay.
Hey, hang
that's
on.
familiar.
Why do you say Iceland is cold?
Iceland is
Iceland will
Fuck
have
Greenland.
similar temperature. probably
Whatever.
to
Iceland
us.
is
I just got
Iceland is-
called out by our AI chatbot who's listening in on this
Iceland
conversation.
is
I have
Iceland is
security
actually
issues.
fairly green, and Greenland is actually fairly icy.
Okay.
Not to
Anyway,
Are we changing subject?
But do you know? But do you know what I'm trying
I
to
understand
say?
where you're coming from. I will say though that if you you
But
might
hang
have
on.
to ask your wives about this. But if you ask your wife, if you ask your wife, hey, does it sound like, what would you choose? Would you choose like serving Christ as a mother and as a wife, or would you rather right now be in Africa, serving children there? Which technically, you could. It's not for everybody. God doesn't call everybody, but God has called families to go and be missionaries. Like
100%.
we just had, and it's very tragic. Like Gaylord and what's his wife's name?
Celeste.
Gaylord and Celesta Barkman were going to go to Thailand
Yeah.
to be missionaries.
Yeah.
Granted that most of their kids are married now,
Mm-hmm.
but they were going to go do that.
And that's awesome.
Right. So it's not out of the question for families or couples. You guys are married, so you know, for couples to go and be missionaries in other countries and be dedicated missionaries,
See,
right?
Yeah.
But I would like to make an observation about the Great Commission is that, if I'm not mistaken, we can pull it up. It's in Matthew 28. I don't want to misquote it here because I was going to make a point. I feel like
Go
I may
therefore
be
and make
wrong.
disciples of. Oh, is it about what
we
the
should all know it
emphasis
'cause
of
it's
go and make disciples?
Blasted all over the youth center at church. So
The emphasis is on make disciples, not go necessarily. Correct? Go.
Go therefore and make disciples of all nations,
Yeah.
baptizing them. Like,
The point is to make disciples. Is to make disciples, and you can do
Yes.
that with your family.
Or
You can do that across
a
the
million
world.
miles away.
the other question I
Yeah.
have is this:
Hang on, can you
do you
go?
have to go to Africa, to Haiti, to Bangladesh, to you fill in the blank? Do you have to go there? I'm not saying it because I don't want to go there. Going there sounds exotic, and it makes you, and like, you can raise a bunch of money, like selling cinnamon rolls, and go through YWAM and find your wife, and it's great.
I think that being single is weighing on him or something.
I think he wants to go to Africa now.
I think
No,
so.
Sell cinnamon
that's-
rolls to go to
that's not-
YWAM,
that's not the
whatever
point.
that
That's
is.
not the point. I just know a lot of people who've gone, and it's like, okay, well, you guys, get off me, you. You guys got spiders on your dick.
You know what? A guy just came to my door. This is a random story. Just today, and he was trying to shove a insect repellent solution down my throat. He
Like,
finally
That sounds
offered it.
unsafe.
Yeah,
That
he
sounds-
finally offered it to me for free, and I said,
No.
"Bro, just go."
You don't see a lot of door-to-door salesmen anymore.
No, I was like, "Just go." I don't
I'll go to
wanna
the
do
hardware
it.
store.
So
Yes.
finish your point.
Okay, my point is this. My point was, marriage aside, and going on missions trips to find your wife or husband aside, the point being is the disciples. Yes, the disciples went out and they went all over the Mediterranean, and made disciples all over the Mediterranean. But they went. If you look at the book of Acts chapter 1, where am I at here? Acts chapter 1. Let me find it. But you will receive, Acts chapter 1, verse 8. But you will receive power, and when the Holy Spirit has come upon you, and you shall be my witnesses, both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and Samaria, and even to the remotest part of the earth. He started with where? He started with where they were at now, which was in Jerusalem. He started in Jerusalem and went out, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to go over there to be to spread the gospel. You just have to do it where you are.
Because
Yeah.
there's a maybe a misconception. You know what? Almost every African has something that's better than than a kosher phone.
A TV.
Um,
They
My
have like smartphones.
Yeah.
And
Internet
the-
access.
Yes, and that's
Crazy.
And you know what? I am not against mission trips in Africa,
Yeah.
but here's my point, and I may get cooked for this, but I think that
You might cook with this.
maybe like the especially in Africa, and I've heard firsthand accounts of this.
Yeah.
The men over there are especially lazy. Like they carry around chairs to sit in,
Mhm.
and the women do most of the work.
Yeah.
So
and kids.
and kids, and like there's that, and okay, then you
Until the male
wonder,
kids get older, then they carry chairs.
Yes.
then you wonder why they don't have schools, they don't have houses, they don't have any infrastructure that is supportive of a functioning society.
Yeah.
Okay, then what do we as good-hearted American Christians do? We go over there and we build things for them.
Yeah.
Okay, what is that telling them? Hey, guess
We
what?
don't have to do
We don't have
any
to-
work.
So
Yeah.
it's like you your solution to the problem is is enabling the problem.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's like if we would take a different approach and maybe get more, teach the men and inspire
Disciple the
the men.
men.
Disciple the men.
Yes.
It would take 10 to 15 years of non-glamorous work, of tedious discipleship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of you wouldn't have your big splash like, hey, we're trying to build a church
Yeah.
here. Can I have 25,000? I'm
Yeah.
not saying that's necessarily wrong. I just think you could enhance enhance the society in Africa, like the poor communities, because everywhere where there's that many people, there's opportunity.
Yeah, there is.
And so if you would restructure maybe some of those, some of your whatever I'm trying to think of a word. but I can't.
Administration.
Yes, if you would restructure your goal and maybe have a different goal of the outcome, then you might actually change the way that they view life, and actually maybe then they'll start solving their own problems.
'Kay.
You see, because it almost seems like I'm not accusing anybody, but there's a lot of profit, there's a lot of money to be passed around in that society, in like the missionary society. Like there's 501c3s, there's a whole bunch of, so it's like, or maybe we are focusing on the wrong thing there. Like,
What is the most important? What did Jesus say that was the most important command in the Bible?
Love God and love your neighbor.
Okay. That's where we should all start. You can love God, okay, but love your neighbor. How does that look? See,
Right.
I think, like to your point, I think that going and building, like as you said, aiding the problem or
but
however.
does my
that-
point make sense?
No, it
Yes,
does.
absolutely,
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think you can show. See, I don't know if I can say that you're not showing love to them by going over there and doing that, but you can show them true love or a biblical definition of love by going and discipling them and teaching them disciplines that they can therefore pass on and teach others, which namely is the name of Jesus. Like that, you can't get away from that. But also, like, extend it further and teach them what it means to work. And go ahead.
No, keep going.
Well,
I have a
I'll-
question then when you're done.
I was gonna say when I said like you have to keep God first, and then you somehow like tried to twist that or something. I don't know, but I was like you can't get away from that. That has to be in the center. That has to be like we had one of these segments before. That's in the Bible. We had one of those segments before, and in this segment, what I have prepared, I don't know will we get to it or not, but like they feared God. It has to start with that, and then you can obviously you branch on out. And we can't just you can't just stay in the milk. You have to progress.
Get to the meat.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
go ahead, ask your question.
Ask your question.
How many of you here have painted something on a church mission trip? Has anybody painted something?
Hang on. Who has ever went on a mission trip?
Yeah, like a short-term mission trip.
'Kay.
Yeah, you guys raise your hands too.
Have you painted? Have you painted anything? That's
But that is usually
so. The reason that's kind of a side thing to what I'm about to say, but think of it as what. So what often happens, to your point, what you were saying, Arlen, the white people, the Americans, the Westerners, whatever you call them, we go to these poor places, these poor countries, and some of them genuinely are like terrible living conditions.
Yeah.
But in places like you're talking about, where the men are just being lazy, somethings, us going there and like helping them do stuff that they could be doing on their own is harmful to them.
yes.
Because let's say you have a neighbor right across the street and their house needs painted. And the only interaction you ever have with your neighbor is you pray for them one time and you paint their house and then you forget about them and never talk to them again.
Yeah.
That is not discipleship. That's
No.
painting that's a work project.
yeah.
Which is fine. Like if you want to paint their house, that's awesome. But that is not the Great Commission. There's a difference there. Like you
Yes.
can do both at the same time, but one is not the other.
That's a good point.
Because it's and I do this a lot. I get myself in so much trouble doing this. But isn't it's like parenting. if you
Oh boy, here, you know what?
I am going to get roasted for this, but that's totally
You say
fine.
so many things. About, you make so many
Well,
points
there's
about
so
parenting.
many
Hey,
analogies.
Look, we'll just see because basically.
Here's the thing. I just had a interaction.
We saw
with
how your son
somebody.
acted tonight, and we
Yes,
know. Yeah,
yes.
we've
I
seen
just
the
had
product
an
of your
interaction
parenting.
where I got severe pushbacks on my comments about parenting. It's like wait till you have a kid. Okay, obviously
Your son just like gave a good example of your parenting tonight. So yeah,
you're stumping me.
He has a
I
son.
know. I have a son.
you're supposed to run with the bit, man.
Okay.
Okay.
But anyway,
Clear your record.
yeah. Like
No children.
this is like I'm just saying common sense things that are ideal.
Okay.
It's not like every time it's because obviously we're human, we're gonna make mistakes. Anyway,
Right.
what I'm gonna say about this is if you have a child and they are struggling with their homework and you just go do their homework,
Yeah.
is that loving them? Is that no? That's actually not. But
Right.
you know what it is doing. See, and I have this long time suspicion that that's actually it's not a suspicion. It's a thought that's actually a selfish move. That
To do
is-
something for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's actually it ties in with suicidal empathy. It's that you want to do everything for this certain person to make you feel better, but it's actually harming them.
It is more about yourself than
It's
them.
more about you.
That's
Yes.
why, like, instead of disciplining a kid, you just give him what he wants.
Yes,
Because
and
he's
that's
That way
happy.
you don't have to deal
Yeah.
with the
You
don't-
hassle of discipline.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
also it's the same thing as that's how they sell open borders. All these poor people are coming over. We need to care for them. We need to give them all this free stuff. They're so poor. Look at where they came from, and it's killing the country. Versus being like, you know what? No.
Right.
We need a bigger wall.
Being mean or whatever people
Well,
okay,
call you when
okay.
you
The-
make
and-
hard decisions.
So
And that's-
that it's not
if
just
you
parenting.
are-
That's in all relationships. If you and just like a boss to his employees, if you and I'm guilty of this sometimes too.
I bet.
I am. Like I'll just do it myself instead
Yes.
of like okay.
Instead of teaching the person how to do it,
Yes.
or like help, like even giving critique, like when they do it.
Have any of you ever called out, like for you, for example, your wife, or like for you guys,
Yes,
like
my
a
wife,
close
yeah.
friend, like a close friend on something that that they will like, it will let them down, it will upset them, but it was or like you felt it was necessary
Yes.
to bring that up and go through that confrontation.
Yes.
A few times.
Yeah.
I hate that. Like
Oh,
personally,
I despise it because
don't like
I
that?
did
hate
that.
having those those conversations.
I did that with my wife here the other night, and it
She
was
burnt
not
the toast?
fun. Huh?
You
don't
did
have
it
toast.
again.
On purpose. She was watching
burned-
the whole
yeah,
burned
she's gonna
dinner.
start
But
doing it on
anyway,
She
purpose
was
now.
trying to
I
speak in
honestly,
church.
I can't even. Okay, I
Save
can't,
it for home.
We're gonna
honey.
clip that.
Do whatever you
I
want.
honestly can't remember
You're the
even
man of the
what
house.
I confronted her with, or like what I told. Oh no, I think I accused her, or at least brought to attention that she was being selfish. Okay, anytime
Yeah.
anybody else like says something about being, that's instantly it cuts. But I thought in that situation, it was probably a necessary conversation that we should have.
But okay, do you back?
So, but then I also tried to say it in love.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to,
Kindly, not under the heat of emotion where you're just
Yeah.
and
angry.
Then, and I tried to talk through it then afterward.
but
Not-
so here's
I should probably check in and see what we're doing with that. But
Yeah.
TBD on their relationship status.
Didn't punch her too hard.
But
Part
here-
2 with the wives.
So
Coming out.
what do y'all think like about that whole idea of the suicidal empathy and the wrong approach to maybe the missions in maybe I'll just some Africa.
Africa.
Location.
I mean, there's other places too. Yeah.
Right. But so what would happen, and would there be any benefit? And is this even realistic? Okay,
Okay.
to go over there, you're still going over to Africa on a mission, or start some kind of Africa program, whatever you want to call it.
why is it always Africa?
it's a big continent with a lot of
Because
poor people.
your
Okay,
parents
go
always told you to eat the rest of your food because there's some kid in Africa who
That's
is
starving.
dying to
Yes.
have it.
Yes.
But
Right,
okay,
starving
so
to have it.
here's the point.
Even though
You
they
go
live in a
over
desert,
there
they could move someplace else.
and not build a church and not build a school, but to focus on the men, to obviously teach people about Jesus, because that obviously that, but to to try and
Well,
to
okay, because
get
Disciple
disciple them into what, because what,
because
like
teaching them about Jesus will point them in the right direction.
yeah, and okay, and because if you read Psalms or
Yeah.
Proverbs,
Yeah.
Proverbs is full of, hey, actually get off your butt and do something.
Yeah.
Work
Go
with
to
your
the
hands.
ant.
Yes.
Sluggard.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Like just one more hour of sleep. Bam, poverty strikes. Guess what? I think poverty's been striking for quite a while. I'm just saying. I mean,
So
Yeah.
I have a question. I have two questions. I have a question and I have a statement. My question is this: what is then the mission? Like what? Like we talk.
Discipling men.
Okay.
Get it, and it should start with. I'm not saying it has to, but it should start with men,
Okay.
because men, in just over the general expanse of time,
Okay.
societies and cultures has risen and fallen with men.
Yes.
The way the man goes is the way the society goes.
well,
And
And my
emperors
mis-
have risen
Go
and
ahead.
fallen. Emperors have risen. This is a side note, but emperors have risen and fallen based on what they're focusing on. Because then some have fallen because they've been focusing on the woman that they're chasing.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
but here's something. Okay, so here's the statement. Because you sent in our Paul's favorite, even though you're not one of Paul's favorites anymore, you sent in our group chat a message by John MacArthur. I've been listening to John MacArthur sermons
Okay.
recently.
The
and
guy is brilliant, but
great pastor. I wish that we had recordings of Spurgeon, but we don't,
yeah.
because I would wanted to listen to.
Sometime I need to go and read his one sermon, the banquet feast, or
Yeah.
at least I think it's somewhere.
Somebody's
out
probably recorded it. But anyway, he was giving this message in Matthew 10.
there. Okay.
Okay, and in that it is Matthew 10, and Jesus is talking to the disciples. It's like in the beginning of Matthew 10, and he's sending out the disciples on their first mission.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he says, "Don't go to the Gentiles. Don't go to the Samaritans. Start with the house of Israel."
Yeah.
And he made the point and the observation that Jesus gives them a very specific mission. It's not, he said, a lot of missions nowadays are they're like a bird bath. They're very wide and only an inch deep.
Okay. Yeah, I love that analogy. Go
Right?
go on. Go
I-
on.
I- oh, I did too.
Put
And I was
that
like-
on a T-shirt.
yeah.
Right. And make it like a bird bath, and you could have a lot of fun with it. But okay, the question, because you ask somebody in a mission field, what's your mission? And it's like, well, we do a little bit of this, we do a little bit of this, we do a
We're
little
here
bit
to
of this.
paint
too.
houses.
We paint houses, we build churches, we build houses, we try to disciple people, we get food for people, we do a food program, all these
Yeah.
different things, none of which are bad.
Yeah.
But what is your do you have who are you going to?
And that brings
And
you know how often that I bring up the Great Commission on this podcast. You roll your eyes every time I do it.
once or twice.
But
I don't remember that often.
okay, well, whatever. Like we literally had this
Okay.
anyways, never mind.
Just smile and wave.
Yeah,
Scratch that. I might have accused him falsely, but anyways, that is why it says to disciple. What is to disciple?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what is to disciple?
Well, a disciple follows a teacher.
Okay, there you go. You follow a teacher, but also once you disciple that one person, if you disciple him in the way that you should, then that guy will go and disciple maybe a few others.
Mhm.
It doesn't just add; it multiplies.
Yes.
It does.
So
if
do you-
if you disciple 3 people and those 3 people disciple 3 people, just because of your start, you started discipling people, that it goes into a chain reaction. That is why I think Phil Robertson got it figured out, why he had such a big, huge voice, because he discipled people one-on-one for the longest time. And that's why, suddenly he exploded all, there were people coming. I think some of them had an unhealthy obsession with him, but yeah.
I mean, some of that came just because he was famous.
Well, that helped, yes. But before the TV show, he was.
When you're in the trenches with, so it's easy for us to talk about, the men in Africa are lazy and they need to work, When you're over there with people in front of you,
Are you gonna
and
tell
you
them
see that,
Are you gonna say,
Well,
"Oh, yeah,
some of
you're a
them
lazy
need to
bum"?
be some of them need to be told that.
Yeah.
But
Maybe.
there are some people who genuinely like they have needs that need to be met, and if
Yes.
you're just there like to say like, "Hey, repent and believe in Jesus, see ya," like
Yep.
figure it out, that's
Be-
also you
Not-
have
that's
Be
to
not
warm,
disciple.
be filled.
yes,
yeah, be fed.
exactly. Yes.
Because also, like, just think about how it is to change a culture. Just think if somebody came into Holmes and Wayne County, into this Anabaptist culture, and tried to change the view on some things.
They do.
They do, and it never works.
It never works. See,
Have you guys heard? And this is I don't want to dive. I'm just gonna throw this out there as a flashbang for this conversation. But like, have you guys heard of the Amish people that have been converted to Mormonism?
I
No.
did hear
That
a
is a
little bit.
flashbang. Yes.
I did hear
I
a
have
little
not
bit.
heard of this.
But like, you
I
think
heard
about
a little
like,
bit about it.
well, we were talking about like somebody coming into this community and trying to change like views or something like that. Like, there have been like I've heard of like Amish families who like they got sent a letter and now they're a part of the Church of Latter-day Saints.
There have
Is
been
that what
some
happened to
Jehovah's
you?
Witnesses who learned
Yeah.
PA Dutch in this area just so they could evangelize to
You said
Amish
Jehovah's
people.
Witness?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what was funny is, did we have this conversation with somebody?
I don't know.
I had this conversation with somebody that a Jehovah's Witness, like two Jehovah's Witness, knew Dutch, or they knew Pennsylvania Dutch, right? Which is a little different than the Dutch that's spoken around here. And what was funny is they read all of these things, but then the Amish person was like, "Well, can you explain what this means?" And they couldn't because they just learned the words to say it. But they had
Caught him in 4K.
yeah, caught them in 4K.
Oh my. Wow. I'm
That was
struggling.
a flashbang because now I don't know where we were
Yeah.
going with our
Yeah.
conversation.
Oh, we were
true
struggling with like,
flashbang.
people
Everyone's
coming into this
disoriented.
community and trying to change things.
Okay,
Ah.
so
Yeah.
and just think of how difficult it would be to go over there and try and change the culture in Africa, in these men that pretty much in a worldly standard like have it made in a very rough disheveled setting. Like,
But it is possible.
and I'm not saying it's not possible. Look at what 12 fishermen did. I mean, they changed the world.
But it's
I mean,
because
Jesus changed
it's,
the world,
it's
but
how, and I don't want to blame any mission group or anything like that. But do you think that because I know in other similar situations, they don't want the problem to go away.
Yeah. It's fair.
Because that's what keeps them going.
Yes,
yeah.
it's like, what would be a good example?
So, but
I
and
can't.
like
my mind's
like
blank on one.
and what we're talking about here, like going and going
That
and,
too.
and discipling people like one-on-one, or like discipling people as the Great Commission calls. Like that is all goes also along with my point that I was trying to make earlier. Like it's an we should the kingdom of God is offensive. We should be on the offense in the kingdom of heaven. Because the kingdom of heaven is here now, active. It's not to its fully realized, It's not fully realized yet, but there will come a day that it will be.
Yeah.
But up to that point, we should live in the offensive, not neglecting things that are behind the walls.
Well,
But
it's
but we also
any kingdom has to be offensive and defensive.
yes.
Right. If like I was thinking about this in the beginning of the,
But also,
of the
if-
podcast
if-
with your question, like an army, if an army wants to take any ground, they have to be on the offensive. Like you can't take ground in a battle without like in a defensive position.
Exactly.
Because you're not moving forward.
Yes.
Right? So if you want to expand the kingdom of heaven, which is the Great Commission, is to further the kingdom and
Yes.
to let people know of salvation and of the coming judgment, then you have to keep moving forward.
So let me ask you a question.
'Kay.
What reference of war would be in the Bible? Like how would they afflict offensive warfare in the Bible? Like in what context that they would be talking about?
like, how do you mean?
It would be
Like a siege of a city.
Yes. And how do the soldiers afflict the offensive warfare?
You talking about weapons? or-
Yes.
Oh.
Swords,
Swords.
bows.
Yeah, well, and okay, so
slings.
there's this
Galatians.
not book. It's the armor of God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Galatians.
yeah.
Yes,
Galatians
yes,
5.
yes.
In Galatians,
So how many?
5 or
Six.
6?
How many
It's
of
Ephesians.
those?
It's
Ephesians
Ephesians 6.
Yeah.
I think.
Let's get the chat on that.
4. Ephesians 4. Okay.
Thank you,
But see,
Chatbot.
Yes.
all
We like our
Go
chat,
ahead.
but I want to finish my point. How many of those points are offensive, and how many are defensive?
There's one offensive, and the rest are defensive.
So actually, how much should we focus on the offense?
Oh no, we should, because like if you have the in the weapons of God, you have the I'm not sure if I can get them all, but
Well, here I have a Bible.
Okay,
Why don't
I
Well,
you-
have
there
a
there's
Bible
be a
too.
difference between protection and defense.
yeah,
okay.
because you're being protected
there's
against
also
the fiery darts of the
protection.
enemy.
But protection is defense.
No, not necessarily.
Home defense,
Arlen,
self-protection.
How
Yes, but it's
jitsu.
back
it's
in that
defense
day-
that you can wear while you're on the offense.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was a soldier made to do that was wearing those weapons, or that was wearing that armor?
Fight.
Ephesians 6. So not 4. Yeah,
Huh?
Gotcha.
Fight.
A fight, and they would be primarily advancing.
Hmm.
Those
That's not necessarily true.
I
Prime-
mean,
primarily that would those are, or like that armor that you see there would be for one who is, for the most part, advancing.
Because, okay, no, wait a minute.
because
hold on. You guys ready? All right,
Yeah.
let's go. Finally, be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the schemes of the devil. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against cosmic powers over this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in heavenly places. Therefore, take up the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand firm, therefore, having fastened on the belt of truth, and having put on the breastplate of righteousness, and as shoes for your feet, having put on the readiness given by the gospel of peace. In all circumstances, take up the shield of faith, with which you can extinguish all the flaming darts of the evil one, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, praying at all times in the Spirit. If I can see, man. All times in the Spirit, with all prayer and supplication to that end.
And now I want to make my point.
okay,
That language was defensive. Stand against the schemes of the devil. And there's another point in there where it was defensive. None of that was offensive language.
Okay, so picture an army
okay.
like Lord of the Rings. You're attacking.
Good movie.
I have not watched it yet, but I
Okay,
want
well,
to.
just picture an
Shame.
ancient army attacking,
Yes.
approaching a city.
Greek phalanx.
You are on the offense
Okay.
as a whole army, but there are times in the battle where you are going to be personally attacked by the enemy, and you have to have defense in those times.
Okay. Also, let's go through this. Like, go up to the first part. So it says, the hold on, scroll down a little bit. Having fastened on the belt of truth.
Yes.
That holds everything together. That is not really like you need that tie. It holds your sword in place. It holds your armor in place. It's essentially if you don't have that, you don't have that
Yeah,
armor.
Okay, where are you? Hold on, I'm trying to.
Verse
get my eyes to-
14.
Gotcha.
Stand therefore, having fastened on the belt of truth,
Okay, scroll down a little bit.
and
Okay.
having put on the breastplate of righteousness.
Hold on. I don't
breast-
know. Look, okay, hold on. I got it. So that's in the ESV. Not to.
Oh
to
no, what's
poo-poo
wrong
on
with
the
you? What do you
poop on
got? The Passion version?
Oh, I got the message.
Oh, the
baby.
message?
No, I've got NASB 1995.
That's what I have.
Voice. Dude,
Do not. change over your-
these are good quote. These are good quote translations, not ideal or idea translations, right? Like not
Word
ESV is
for
good.
word.
Word for
They're
word.
more literal than
More literal.
ESV, but ESV is good too.
In this, in verse 14, it says, "Stand firm, therefore, having girded up your loins with truth." Do you know what it looks like to gird up your loins?
I think when I put my belt on, that's what I
Okay.
imagine.
Okay. So, chatbot AI, do you have the ability to put on screen what girding up your loins look like? There's demonstrations online of what it looks like to gird up your loins.
Can we go on YouTube?
You can go on YouTube.
Do
or
you
can-
guys remember?
You guys can put up like just an image. Like there's
Okay,
images of
okay.
it.
Just go on Google.
What does it in ancient Bible times? The clothing that even men wore were tunics.
Yeah.
Tunics went down below your knees. What can you not do if you're running in a tunic?
Volleyball.
You cannot
Except
run
if you're
fast
Amish.
Okay, if you are in a tunic, you cannot run fast in it because women understand this. That running in a tunic or a skirt or a dress keeps your legs from fully extending, and you're not able to run fast. You will trip and fall. In order to not trip and fall, you need to take the ends of that tunic and tuck them up inside of that belt. It's not something that people did often because it was shameful to show, your legs. It's immodest. But they did it in order to run faster and not trip and not fall.
So it's similar
Do you
to
remember-
putting your Crocs in 4-wheel drive.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Or
no, no.
yeah.
Do you guys remember in the Conquer series?
Yes, probably.
Um,
Maybe.
What's the guy's name? What can
Ted
I?
Roberts.
Ted Roberts goes through the armor of God.
Mm-hmm.
He goes through every one, and like he portrays this as like the Roman soldier
Yeah.
as they were portrayed for battle, like they were ready.
Yeah.
And maybe he's just ready for whatever life throws at you. Maybe it's ready to, when you are out there evangelizing or doing your mission, whatever you're doing, whatever you're called to do, discipling, maybe that has prepared you. Like maybe that is what will keep you going. Maybe that is what will protect you if you have that gospel. If you're, and what would a defense look like in the Christian walk? Like what kind of defense are you talking about?
Perfect. Just the other day, I was struggling with thoughts on the job site, and I hit up my group on the phone. Bam! Within seconds,
I would argue that that's offensive. That's not defense.
No, I got attacked.
Okay.
You were proactive in your
Yes.
attack.
Yes, but I responded with a defense.
It's tactics.
Yes.
It's like chess. Have you played chess?
Yes, I love chess. I'm
Yeah.
not good at it. But
I also love chess.
He's the best. Nobody plays chess better than he does.
Not even Magnus Carlsen.
He goes against him. He never wins.
There's offense and defense. Your goal is offensively to win the game, but there's lots of offense and defense that's
also-
happening throughout the game as you fight the enemy.
So
Yes.
is
No,
it
and
like,
also-
okay? So if
The whole kingdom of God, the kingdom of God is, it should be offensive. Like
It's going to win
it
eventually.
will be.
Yeah.
It will be won
Like-
offensively. Now, however you want to live your life, and I'm not here like gonna say like, okay, just be on the offense and don't worry about anything else. Like just go running straight full force like through every wall, okay, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm trying to get at is just the way we were raised and the way this community is. It is way more defensive than it is offense. It is like,
that is
almost-
true.
It
That
is
is true.
It is defensive to the to a fault. It is
That
defensive
is
to a fault.
Passive.
true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very passive, and that's why I'm trying to make this point. I'm not trying to take it to the extreme. Well, I mean, I can if you want. No, I was just
Okay,
kidding.
okay.
But anyways, our studio audience, I don't know, had a problem with something, but I think we can move on.
we
So what-
paid them too
Okay,
much.
so like,
Yeah,
I
we
feel
have
like
to.
maybe that what they were getting at is like it's both.
There's a dead horse laying right in the middle.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
need to
probably.
We're not the mafia. We don't put horse heads in people's beds.
Anyway,
But I think what they were getting at is it's both. It's it's offensive and defensive. Like it's not just it's just offensive or it's just
Yeah.
you need to go. You need to know when in tactics. You need to know when to go on the offensive and when to
Yes.
take a defensive
Okay.
position.
It's like
So-
a football team. You got
Sure.
both offense and defense.
Mm-hmm.
But you're playing
Here's-
both sides.
Yes.
Here's I got a question for both of them.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with Seth first.
Oh, okay.
but he listened to the Dennis episode, so
No, this is not.
Oh,
Not
this
the
is
entire. I don't think I actually made it all the way to the end.
Okay.
Would we kill
Anyway.
baby Hitler?
Go ahead.
Who or what shaped your theology and philosophy the most in life up to this point?
Oh man, that is a good question. Who or what? Some key people who spoke into my life, and Mike Winger.
Mike, the Bible thinker.
So, but that's kind of hard to tell, especially online though, because there have been multiple teachers who I have like listened to over the years. So like between probably who shaped my theology the most would be a friend out in Indiana, mentor, and all he did was encourage me to pray a lot. Because in Scripture, like the Holy Spirit is our our counselor, our teacher, our comforter,
Advocate, yes.
advocate. Yeah, many things for us. And so, the best advice, like just on a grand scale that I've gotten, is to pray. Just pray. Like I don't do enough of that.
Yeah.
Like constantly being in prayer. And no, I don't mean like I'm praying right now, but talking to you, that's not what I mean. But just always always open to God and like willing
And-
to talk at any time and
Yes.
talking a lot with
Yes.
God.
Yeah.
And praying about stuff. So like, I don't know, just by nature of growing up probably in an Anabaptist / Mennonite community, I would imagine my theology has been shaped by that, probably subconsciously to a degree.
Yeah.
But I'm more aware of that kind of stuff now than what I would have been before.
That's I have a follow-up question then, but I'm going to wait until he answers, and then I'll ask you both the follow-up question. Go for
Joseph Smith.
We knew it.
No, in all seriousness, I agree. Like growing up in an Anabaptist community, it early on did shape my theology, which I would not have known if you would have asked me what the word theology meant. I wouldn't have known.
Right.
For a long time.
For a
I would not
while.
have either.
So maybe just explain that in a couple short words.
Okay, like Anabaptist theology.
No, just theology. Like, what does the word theology mean?
That's a good
The
question.
study of
The study of
the study
God.
of God.
of
Theos,
Mhm.
theos or whatever would be God, and ology would be the study,
Study
of.
of.
That is why there's like
biology
geology.
is study
yes.
of,
Yes.
geology
Yes.
is
So
study
like
of Earth.
theology is like the study of God. Like
Yes.
What is your perception of God?
Yes.
Right. So,
Yes.
are you asking what my perception?
No.
Okay.
Now
But that
I'm-
is what
I'm
theology
asking-
is working
yes, I
towards,
just
like-
wanted to clarify that.
yeah.
So the question.
So
was,
that's what started like shaping my theology, or like
Yeah.
like how like
You,
studying.
you said the Anabaptist culture, right?
right, the
Yeah.
Anabaptist. Well, I mean, because that's growing up in a Mennonite church, which is something that meeting people who don't come from an Anabaptist background or a Mennonite background is always interesting, because most Christians, any Christian, will first off ask you what your denomination is, and so then when you say, well,
Unfortunately.
right, unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's very unfortunate. At the same time, if a Mormon says I'm a Christian too, and they're like, oh, and you're like, oh, okay, and then you find out later that they go to an LDS church, then you're like, oh, I mean, that kind of makes sense. I feel like you'd find that out fairly soon, but at the same time, it's like it can be helpful. And there's with certain denominations, there's fun jokes that go along with it. But as I grew up, the people that shaped my theology later would be Mike Winger, and then Nathan Johnson and Eric Ludy.
Okay.
Mhm.
Definitely,
Ellerslie.
yeah,
Ellerslie.
going out to Ellerslie, which their theology is basically, it's like that would be shaped. I mean, yeah, they have mentors and stuff like that, but then, I mean, the Bible itself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you can be there's people who hold fast to different preachers, different theologists on the
Yeah,
internet,
yeah.
and they're like, oh, what
Yeah.
he said is exactly, oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, did
Going-
you look
going
into
And
this
read
biblically?
Bible.
then they go to the
Right.
Bible.
Did
to
you look
back
into this
that up.
biblically before you just said,
Yes.
oh, yes, this is now my theology, and
Yeah.
I fully am believing this about God and the Bible.
Right.
Right? Which is where Mike Winger would say, actually, like, think biblically.
About
Go
everything.
and look at the Bible and be a Berean before you just say, oh, yeah, I'm adopting this.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's sort of the follow-up question is, so nowadays, it's everything is polarizing. So if you say, hey, I listened to this one podcast, and this what he said was really great, and then
Yeah.
you send it to a friend,
Yeah.
and they listen to another episode maybe, and it's like, what?
You listen to that
He
guy.
listens to
Heretic.
that guy? Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you
Stephen Furtick.
as you consume or as you listen to your mentors or the podcast that shape your theology, do you agree with everything they said and do? And if not, how do you separate what you like? How do you handle that discrepancy? You know, with like okay, this is they say this and this is good, this is sound, but they say this is not. I don't necessarily agree with this. Do you understand the question?
I do.
Do you write them off then, or how do you
Yes.
listen to them,
Oh,
or how do you? Yeah,
Like not what kind of how.
What you're trying to say, you don't want to. Do
Throw out
you
the baby
throw
with the
out with the
baby.
baby?
Yeah, like you
yeah.
don't
baby with
endorse
the
everything
bathwater.
they say, but for the most part, what they say is good, sound, and true.
Here's-
And it's not necessarily as like they say something that is straight heresy, but it's like okay, I don't quite because I don't. I also listen to a lot of Mike Winger, but I don't agree with every single thing that he
Right.
says. So I'm asking you that question. And Seth, you can go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
So how do I handle that when or first of all, like, do I blanket accept whatever the teacher would say?
Yes.
And if not, how do I disagree with them?
And
basically?
how do you determine like okay, that's
Who is a good teacher? Or, like, who
Yes,
should
like-
be listened to?
and like okay, I don't agree with that, but why don't you agree with it?
Okay, well that. I
Hmm.
mean, that's because.
I mean, that's many rabbit trails.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
That's a very open-ended question.
I think the way that to answer the first question, no, I don't like just swallow everything that any teacher says, even if I'm predisposed to like them as a
Yeah.
teacher and their personality. It's like,
Yeah.
oh man, like he's so good. But if I start to like, everyone's prone to error to some degree.
Yeah.
I think the way that I like to combat that online anyway, because online is a whole nother animal than like being in
Right.
person, learning
Yeah.
and teaching
People
and
are
stuff.
much more apt to say things
Yes.
that they wouldn't say to somebody's face.
Exactly.
Like,
So online, the way I like to combat that is to like hear opposing opinions or debates or something like that, where you're not in an isolated environment where you're just soaking in
Yeah,
one
that's
perspective
good. That's a good
unequivocally,
That's-
word.
and you
That's a
can't
good
tell
word.
where the disagreements are
Yeah.
or would be. Because like I often like to listen to like debates between like Catholics and Protestants, or
Yeah.
Christians and atheists, or like people who are not just going or they're predisposed already to not accept what the other one's saying, and so
Right.
they're going to bring out their hardest points against each other, and then usually like the biggest like critiques on the position come out in a debate,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
because they sound great in your head.
right,
Or when spoken to like a bunch of people in
Who
your echo
agree.
chamber who
Yeah.
say, "Oh
Yes.
yeah, that's a great debate."
yeah,
But
right,
But then somebody else from a different perspective can absolutely tear that thing to pieces.
well, because it's just like you
Right.
poked a hole in like, "Oh, this is really obvious to us because we see like this is like between I guess you could say between like Catholics and Protestants like there's holes to be poked on either side because Catholics very much hold to traditions, like traditions from church fathers
Yeah.
of the past.
yeah.
they
And
are the one true church.
they
Well,
are the
they're,
one-
they're yeah, like
They're the church that Jesus started and Peter was his,
yes,
Yeah.
Peter was put in charge.
Yes.
But like when you have those two come together, Protestants will obviously like be like, well, like sola scriptura and like this is the way because you're not answering to one fallible man,
Yeah.
right? Because no man
'Cause-
is perfect except for God. Jesus was the only perfect human being, right? Not even Mary. She was not perfect, but she was an imperfect being that God used,
Yes.
right?
And scripture is infallible.
yes.
Yeah.
So you always come back to that, and not in isolation. Like I used to. Have you ever heard the phrase like, "What if somebody was just on an island and they read the Bible and had no context? What conclusions would they come to?" So that phrase usually is used to debunk the opposing position. So it's like a guy on an island would have never come to the conclusion that you're coming to because that's not in the Bible, type of a thing. Whereas,
Gotcha.
have you like there are some pretty weird cults that come from guys on an island interpreting something however they
Yeah.
want,
Or out in the wilderness finding golden tablets.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like I don't know that the guy on the island thing is like we're not meant to study scripture by ourselves, although it certainly can happen. Like
Yeah.
it can happen because we have the Holy Spirit and we're not alone actually, truly, if the Holy Spirit's in us.
I mean, if you want to look at people who did sort of a similar thing, like Catholic monks, I mean, they were living together, and there was a bunch of dudes who devoted their entire life to writing manuscripts of the Bible, or like writing.
Yeah.
Instead of having printing presses, you wrote by hand.
Yeah.
The Bible, and then you studied the Bible, and you lived a set apart life,
Yeah.
as a monk, right? You abstained from getting married. You know,
But then what if you're wrong about something? You're by yourself.
I
Yeah.
know.
You don't have anybody around you to say, "Hey,
Yeah.
what about this?"
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then, like, I think that is healthy, and that's
Is-
what I try
yeah.
to get online by listening to other, like, multiple teachers who may disagree or multiple perspectives. Like,
That's something that not a lot of people do, and I've just had this thought: what if, for like every
Okay,
5 podcasts you listen to about the one situation, you listen to the opposite view. You
Yeah.
listen to one the opposite view.
I mean, I wouldn't say I do that.
Well,
I'm not
I-
sa-
that,
but
that,
yeah,
that was just an
yeah,
example.
yeah.
But we are getting up on time. We gotta.
How long
should,
have we been going?
Like hour and 45 minimum.
I mean, I got all
hour and 34.
Hour
hour
and
and
34.
I got
But-
all night. But
Yeah.
We got another.
well-
we got another like 20 minutes or so before it's 2 hours.
Well, I got to get up in the morning, and
Yeah.
I'm dead tired from
Well,
the day.
most
and-
people do. At least we hope we get up
Okay.
in the
Yes.
morning.
Well then,
But no, I'm not saying that we have to cut it off right now.
Okay.
But let's
I
keep
got
But
that.
what
one-
I'm saying is,
I got one
Let's
more
keep that
question.
in mind.
yeah.
I got another question for
Okay,
you.
go ahead.
Okay, this is like a random flashbang.
Okay, love those.
Would you? This is a would you rather question.
Oh, okay.
So would you rather keep all your past memories, or the ability to, or the you wouldn't be able to remember new ones? So you would either keep all your past memories and not remember any new ones, or you would forget all your past memories and only remember the new ones. Do you understand the question?
I do. But then, all of your future memories will be your past memories.
Well,
No.
up to this point.
Yeah,
yes.
with
Yes.
up to this point.
Like you only have your memory up to this point,
Or from this point going forward.
or this point. Like you don't have your past
Yeah,
memories.
right.
So then you'll never remember anything in the future.
No.
You would
You
remember it
will
up to this point.
remember.
I'm saying,
Right. But like you'll be able to experience things in the future, but the only memories you'll ever have are from now till the
Yes.
From
Yes.
like the memories you have
Like
right
you
now.
would you would forget all from now all your past memories.
I feel like I haven't lived enough life to pick the former. I feel like I would have to
really
say like I want to remember things that are yet to happen.
Okay.
However, this isn't really a fair answer to the question because it's a would you rather. But God has done things in my life in the past that I
Yeah.
don't want to forget.
That's
Yeah.
the point.
Yeah.
How could you be? How would you know who to be in the future without knowing who you were in the past?
which I mean,
Or,
like,
like-
and the thing is, it's like there's no good one, but like the lesser of two evils is the one where you remember everything in your past.
Yeah.
Like
That's-
it's gonna be,
that's
it's
what I would
awful.
choose.
It's not great, you know, because it's everything.
Because-
it's all the mistakes you've ever made and stuff like
That
that.
also
that's-
made you who you
but
are.
that's also who makes you who you are.
Right, and
Because it's kind of like a
and
and it
to
also
be fair,
depends on
it's
who-
sort
where
of
you
a
are in
stupid
life.
question.
Yeah.
But
So that means if you pick
Yeah,
the
Arlen,
future
it's
one,
kind
that
of a
means
stupid
your
question.
memories are immediately erased
from the past.
from
Yeah.
now until you start making new memories.
Yeah.
yeah, which I mean, like
Which would be now.
instantly now, like
Yes.
it's like, well, I have.
So
how did I
that
get
would
here?
be like a hard reset. So that would actually be pretty
pretty
sucky.
bad. Yeah.
that'd be awful.
Yes.
Yes.
And you still get to experience the new things that happen. You just don't
You
make
wouldn't
memories
remember it.
about.
Yeah, you wouldn't remember.
Yes.
Wouldn't remember.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's if you went through any transformation, if you went through
Yeah.
any sort of life changing experience, and I think most of us have here,
Yeah,
then that would all be gone.
Yeah.
And so it's
Right.
kind of like, okay, you know, because people are like, oh, you know,
I could
your
only
past.
forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but actually, you don't want to forget the bad.
So
things.
does it count like if you journaled in the past, you get to keep your journal?
I diaried up until
okay,
this point.
I read it, but I don't remember. it.
Arlen, you don't journal, do you?
No.
Ever?
I haven't that much over the years either, but a decent amount.
No, not that much.
I do some. Well, when I started the Conquer Series, Sam Pillard, I did a lot,
Yeah.
and now I do probably maybe 3 times a month, if you can call that journaling. I don't know, but
Mhm.
anyways, so I do have some exciting news. I'm getting my Gur Factor back.
Hey,
Nice.
it's been gone for a while.
Is this an advertisement for a new energy drink?
No,
That's
it
a
is
good
not.
idea. That's
But
a good
it
idea.
is a good
That's a good idea. 5,000 milligrams of caffeine.
Okay,
5,000?
kill a bear.
Yeah,
What do you want to do? Tranquilize a horse?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Tell us about this.
So, I'm working out on a daily basis again,
Nice.
which is what I had been doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to take the steps that I need to get that little bit of extra weight that had come back on.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm getting up in the morning, and I am at the same time all while and I'm just simply not sleeping as much as I did. That's what had to happen. But I am also spending a little bit more time or a little bit more consistent time in Scripture and in prayer. That is something that was missing the past few weeks, noticeably. Well, actually, okay, the past few weeks have been better. Is when I had been starting. But anyway, the big thing is my working out consistently.
Yeah.
That has been because, well, of just I never made the time, but now I'm back in the game, and I'm publicly proclaiming this, and I better not fall on my face.
Are you doing calisthenics or what are you doing? Weightlifting?
So
Jiu-jitsu.
No, he
Okay.
does something that's like jujitsu.
What is it?
No.
CrossFit.
So
CrossFit.
well,
You do CrossFit?
it's CrossFit style,
Okay.
mountain tough.
Okay.
Have you heard of that?
No.
Just don't injure
It's
yourself.
another. It's
No,
another.
no.
It's another cult like.
So
It's another cult like.
There he goes.
It's another cult like
it-
like CrossFit.
Yeah.
it's they
Get
they
ready to use
use
Murph.
they use
Do we agree on CrossFit?
I think we do.
they
I have some friends. It's like Ruben, right? Ruben
yeah.
does CrossFit. Tyler Ruben
Totally a beast.
right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But, like,
Tyler. You mean that Tyler?
Tyler does. Tyler. I don't know that he's super into it like now, but Ruben has got him to come to his gym. So like, here's the thing. I
Hang
like.
on.
Go ahead, go ahead.
I want to finish the point
Okay.
about Mountain Tough.
'Kay.
It has a lot of similarities to CrossFit.
Yeah.
But I don't think that they are what you would consider truly CrossFit.
Okay.
They have some differences.
Okay.
So just putting that out there
Yeah.
because we throw weights around. We
Okay.
do some body weight
You
stuff.
still want to keep your man card.
Do you do proper pull-ups, or do you do the fish flop pull-ups?
No, not the fish.
Okay,
Like
okay.
these are strict. And then also, do you have you done a burpee before?
Yes.
So, how do you do your burpee? Do you peel off the floor or do you do a strict push-up when you're down?
Strict push-up.
Okay, good. Because a lot of CrossFitters peel.
So
Okay,
like
to be fair,
you're
we are
laying
going to
on the
talk
ground
about
and
this.
pushing up.
Huh?
You're laying on the ground and pushing up. Like
No. When you jump and you go down into your,
like into the push-up position.
you just do a strict push-up.
Oh,
you,
they
your
do
your
the
stomach. You do not do the roll.
Oh, so they're just doing the worm and jumping.
Yes.
Yes, that is like CrossFitters do that a lot.
Yeah.
But a
Like
strict
form is a
push-up.
big thing,
Yes, I've heard a lot of CrossFitters have gotten injured because they don't
Yeah.
have.
and that's
Proper
like, that's another
form.
thing with
Yeah,
like the
exactly.
pull-ups. Like if you're doing,
But
No.
but Mountain Tough is like they have like pretty much same as coaches and like they yell.
Because
at
they
you
also
on
some of
screen.
them
Well,
push
not really yell,
themselves
but-
farther than what they're actually supposed to.
Oh,
Who was it? Like my dad's trainer, Jeff, I think.
yeah, Jeff. He has the gym in Berlin.
Does he
Jeff?
do CrossFit?
Uh,
No, it was either him or someone said like like almost every CrossFitter that he's seen has injured themselves in some way
Yeah.
because
see.
they don't have good form or they like push themselves farther than what they realize
The
they
ego
should.
lift. Ego lifting
I was
is a
just
big
gonna
problem.
say.
It is.
So here
Among
here is my
CrossFitters.
No, just
argument.
among other people, like especially younger teenagers in the
Yeah,
gym.
yeah.
That's a bigger thing.
because
pushing
you
yourself too
because
far.
you work out in groups. But
you
also,
work out in groups and you're trying. It's an ego thing. Of
I
like,
Trying to
know.
one
can-
up the
Yeah.
I have this, and this is scientifically backed up.
Okay.
Your best form of exercise
Okay.
for all health
Okay.
is
calisthenics.
weight training.
Hmm.
For longevity, for heart health, for whatever. It is consistently weight training.
Calisthenics are good though.
I don't know what calisthenics
Calisthenics is
Sounds
like is body
calculus.
weights. Calisthenics is body weights. So like push-ups, sit-ups,
Being able to move your
like
basic-
body
your
squats,
Sure.
body weight squats.
But-
Sure.
It would
Okay.
get some of the same
Sure.
muscles that weight
Yes. Right.
training would
It's
get.
just
yeah.
not using any weights.
Sure.
Anybody can do it at home.
Because this is I worked out religiously for about a 2-year
and
stretch.
it's paid off.
Yes, I lost 200 pounds
Yeah.
in 18 months. Okay.
Yeah. I remember. I
And-
remember you before you lost the weight.
Yes.
Mhm.
Big Herman. Boo. Anyway, I made a joke.
Oh
on-
Lord, he coming.
I made the joke on the podcast once that I was out close to a field and a farmer wanted to shoot me into his field because he thought it was one of his heifers. Anyway,
Yeah, you said that right, a heifer.
yeah. And, well, I'm not even sure what a heifer is, but Anyway,
It's
we're not
a
going to get into
female
that.
cow.
It is a that weight training. Like I used to come out of the gym after a hour and a half session, and I was not sweating. And people were like,
How do you not sweating?
"You weren't doing anything." My heart rate was raised to
Oh, yeah.
90, maybe even 100. And
Yeah.
at certain points of time, maybe I was sweating just a little bit.
Yeah.
But I would rest 1, 2, 3 minutes between sets.
Yeah.
Because that is scientifically proven
Yes.
to give you the best results.
And also
And
consistently, like you don't have to have heavy weights right away. Like you just have to consistently lift.
Yeah, and also it's like you want to lift heavier weights and do less reps than rather than doing light weights and many reps. So like
Right.
what my rep range was 8 to 10, 8 to 12 reps.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big misconception, which we have this argument between CrossFit and weight training. I say it's way more beneficial.
I will keep pushing back against the term CrossFit of what I do.
Right. It's not CrossFit.
I will keep pushing
I haven't
back.
seen it, and I'll just not. We'll razz you about it because
I will.
we won't razz
you
Ruben because he'll pick us up and throw us off the
Your next
roof.
step is rolling on the floor,
Jiu-jitsu.
trying to do jiu-jitsu with
Hey.
the punching bag.
Hey,
I
I'm going
would.
to talk to you about that after this.
No. I would not be out on the idea of trying to jiu-jitsu.
And I am not I am.
No, you hate jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, you
Yes,
do.
I do. I said,
do.
and I am
You
not
do.
saying that because if I would go to a CrossFit
Yeah.
gym,
So-
I've been invited multiple times. I would get my butt handed to me.
So that's the problem is lack of confidence. Jiu-jitsu will help you with that.
Good one. So, but okay.
I
What
need to get
I'm
roasted by
saying,
guests.
the goals that I have more aligned to what Mountain Tough is doing, to what
That's
what
fine.
Mountain Tough
That's
does for
fine.
me.
You can
Because
if
you do the exact, you target the exact same muscle groups. You lift weight and you just do it under.
I'm not arguing against Mountain. I'm arguing against.
Well, then what was
I'm
the
calling what you're doing CrossFit, and I'm arguing against CrossFit. So anyway,
You
that's
take Mountain. Okay, never
that's
mind.
my argument.
He's done Mountain Tough before, and so you think that's CrossFit or not CrossFit?
that was CrossFit, and I hated
Okay,
it.
fine, whatever.
And there were no results in 2 weeks.
Okay, wait a minute. Now, wait a minute.
No.
Hold on a second.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Hold on a second.
Well, he
Yes,
he
there was
also
just one result. I felt more gay.
no. Hey,
That's that. The people. I mean,
You're homophobic.
yeah, no. Trust me, he probably did
You're
actually.
scared of gays.
No. He does feel more gay at times. I'm pretty sure because he's just that wired that way. But anyways,
Oh. Oh.
that was
You
a
told your
terrible
wife.
shot.
Okay.
anyway, he did the lowest form that you can do on Mountain Tough.
Okay.
Like the most like beginner level, and he expected 6 workout in 2 weeks to get him somewhere.
Okay. I don't know, man.
There was-
Like, okay, I don't know the results you experience in 2 weeks of going to the gym. I mean, you will experience them. Like you'll experience obviously like when you're lifting weights, you feel a pump, right? You feel like your muscles they feel bigger after you're done working out. You feel kind of tired, but you feel better, right? You feel like
feel amazing. You got the
yeah.
dopamine hit.
Yeah. My question is, have you genuinely seen results after 2 weeks in the gym?
Yes.
No. From zero, like from day one.
yeah.
Yes,
to
because
day
here's
14.
here's another thing.
Without starting. Like, 'cause, okay, you started from 0 with Mountain Tough, right?
Mhm.
Like you hadn't done it before. Have you seen, like, when you first started, the first 2 weeks you started going to the gym, did you notice a difference?
Yes, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
And I'll tell you
See,
how.
this is
because
biased, but yeah.
Were
go
you
ahead.
eating differently?
yes, obviously. Because
Did you start eating differently when you started the 2 weeks or
Okay.
before that?
I don't remember.
Okay,
Because
make,
I feel
make
like
your
that'll
point.
help make a
When-
difference
when-
too.
Well, okay,
Make your
because when
point.
I did Mountain Tough, it was also I had already went through the transformation. I was already in
Yeah.
What are we doing?
in gym shape. So here's
You
here's
didn't.
my here's
you
my
didn't want to like.
So you went from basically you didn't go from sedentary to Mountain Tough and see a difference, and you're just like, well, I didn't see a difference like I did when I started.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
all right,
Anyway,
I've
well,
been
this
trying
is
to make
a-
my point for the last
This
5
is a dumb.
minutes, and I'm
this
going to
is-
make my point.
Okay, make a point.
The
Then we'll.
the 2 weeks in the gym, weightlifting,
Okay.
you burn more calories versus the other. And I'll tell you why. Because
Okay.
here's what a lot of people
Scientifically
don't
back
know.
this.
Yes, what a lot of people don't know
oh,
is after weight training,
Oh.
your body continues to burn a whole lot more calories than the other way.
After
During the
after-
repair of the muscles
after
that you
During
just
the
tore.
repair of the muscles.
like the micro tears of the muscles that you just tore.
Yes. And that
It
is
says-
scientifically proven to do that more in
Yeah,
weight training
like,
versus like
nobody was
your
arguing
cardio.
that.
No.
Okay. So
Thank you, Chat AI.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
thank you.
Chatbot.
It
Hey,
says
I just
wait,
got proven right. I
wait,
mean,
Arlen.
let's
Nobody
end
was
this show.
arguing with you.
let's end this
We
show.
were arguing
Let's
with
bring
you
the
that
house
weight
down.
training
Let's
does
kill
well.
the
So,
lights.
but see,
Bring out the
this
stars.
this is the main point that I also usually make that he does not recognize. And like I am doing the same weight training just in a different like
Is it the same
under.
though? Like you're doing your body weight.
No. Like I lift weights. I have
Okay.
dumbbells. I
Doing
have
squats.
He has
kettlebells.
one 40-pound dumbbell.
I have two 40-pound dumbbells.
Okay.
And then I have one 30-pound kettlebell and one 50-pound kettlebell.
At some point, but
Anyway.
you continue to progress your weight as you go on, right?
No.
You
What?
progress your rep.
Well, if
Anyway,
you do
okay,
body
this is
weights,
going
then you
nowhere.
do because you weigh
This
more.
is going nowhere. This is going nowhere.
You're right. This is going nowhere.
So, final questions.
Cool.
What goal do you have for yourself in the next 2 years?
Cue farmer wants a wife. That was funny in my head.
Just keep it in your head next time.
I will. That
So-
one missed.
So,
Can't
This
get
is why
back
you're
out.
not part of Paul's favorites anymore. I'm
next
kidding.
in the next year or whatever your goal is, do you guys have a goal? Or
Any
or
goal? Or
what?
are you saying specifically like a goal that like a mission that you believe
No,
God is?
any
okay.
goal. It can be secular. It can be working out. It can
Okay.
be anything.
You want to go ahead? Like I have an idea, but I just
So
want
like
you to
I've never been a big goal guy
Okay. Fair,
because
you never keep them.
yeah,
I
well,
was
you
gonna-
said
I
the
was
quiet
gonna
part
say
out
so
loud.
hard, but I'm like, I shouldn't.
His goal
Jesus
is to not
loves
have
you, and he loves
goals.
me.
I
He wants to show that
know,
love.
I know.
Yeah, he wants me to show that love to you.
See, the thing is, like, goals. So, to be fair, I'm less ambitious than I used to be. Probably when I would have been like upper teens or something, low 20s. But my goals. So I guess if I were to actually say the goal, this isn't really a goal, like a target goal, but the goal would be to grow as
Yeah.
a man of God in all areas.
Yeah,
Amen.
Which is not really a goal, because
I
it's
know
more
what
like a
you're saying.
process.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like to be cliche, I'm not a goal guy. I'm a processes guy because the goals you hit them and then what?
Yeah,
There's actually
it's a place to pitch your
that
tent.
is
Yes.
and you
so
don't pitch
much.
your tent.
Exactly. Like that is.
There's
like,
so much to that.
That would be a whole other
actually.
podcast,
Yes.
and
Yeah,
I
there
agree
is.
with that.
There is.
And also, I just thought of that question. I just thought of that question, so
Part two.
I did not.
Mm.
So do you have anything you want to mention? Because this
Like
this question
goals?
just came out
Do I have
now.
any
I
goals?
didn't have it written down. Yeah.
Okay. No, just a bump.
Just wing it.
Yeah, no.
Move that.
Anyway, so
I have some.
My goal is to baptize 1,000, do 1,000 baptisms for deceased people over the next year.
All
I want to get
Mexicans.
back to that. I want to get through my goals really quick, and I want to make a statement with that. But anyway, no, one of my goals. So as of right now, I am working on a house near here, right, like a couple miles from here, and that's been going on for a year.
you own the house.
I own the house.
Good.
Right,
Nice.
and so it's been an experience being a homeowner, right? And it's going to be a rental property. It's not going to be. I'm not going to live there. I would like to live near here.
Okay.
Have you guys disclosed where you live?
No.
No.
Good. Okay, don't do it. I won't either.
Horrible place.
It's
Horrible
a
place.
terrible
Don't move here.
neighborhood.
Don't
Guns
move here.
Everywhere.
Save the real estate for us. It's a nice place to live, though. I enjoy it. I love it down here, and I want up here, around here. I love it here, and I'd like to move here.
May as well drop
Um,
coordinates.
Okay, we gotta.
I know we got to wrap this up, but basically, I want to get this house done,
Mhm.
right? Because I feel like it's been dragging on for too long.
Okay.
But it's been a process, much like he said. It's been a process and a goal. It's taken time, and it continues to take time. But I know, like, I've seen the results. I've seen it change. I have pictures of my before and afters.
So
Nice.
satisfying.
Isn't it
Yeah.
though?
Oh, so
Nice.
satisfying.
I can tell you did the renovations to this
Yeah.
house.
Not on the inside.
Not on the inside.
No, not on the
Oh,
inside.
really?
But on the outside.
Well, you guys, whoever did the renovations to your house did a good job.
Yeah.
That's one goal. The process of growing closer to God and following after Christ and being a disciple and discipling other people
Mhm.
is a part of it. And discipling is not easy because it requires commitment. And it requires
Sacrifice.
Well, it's-
commitment and sacrifice and you following up with somebody like consistently and not
it's
just
also a bunch of disciples discipling disciples. because we
Yeah.
also disciples.
Because we haven't figured this out.
No.
Like we're not.
Yeah.
Like it's a process. We haven't met the goal.
Mhm.
Like
and
we
we
are
won't until it's Hallelujah
Right.
time.
right.
Right.
And so that's a part of it, right?
So if
Very
I do have a goal. My goal is once I'm dead and I'm face to face with Christ, I hear the words, "Well done,
That's
good
a
and
good
faithful
goal.
servant."
That's a good
Amen.
goal.
There we go.
That's a good goal.
Final words.
Well, I mean, I have.
Oh, you have
I have,
more
a,
goals?
I have a couple.
Oh,
well, I have
oh,
one or two.
I
I know.
apologize.
Heaven forbid a
He's
guy
not
has.
apologize.
going until he's got all goals.
And it's actually it's another process, right? And that is, you said it. Like in my early teen years, I weighed 230 pounds. And then as I grew older, I had friends who encouraged me to go and to lose weight, and so I lost. What was it? It was 30. 50. I lost about 50 pounds.
Congratulations, man.
Nice.
That's awesome.
And I
Awesome.
was down at like my lowest weight was like 180, 175.
Nice.
Nice.
And I loved it.
Mhm.
And I'm currently not there,
Mhm.
and I don't love it because and it's not a thing. It is a thing of like it builds confidence,
Mhm.
and it also just you feel better.
Yeah.
You feel
Oh, yeah,
better. You feel like
way better.
yeah, you feel energetic. And
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't feel energetic now, but like it's a good feeling to be a lighter weight. And a part of that is I want to get back into doing jujitsu, which the process of doing jujitsu, like you can achieve the goal of being a black belt.
Mhm.
But you're a practitioner, you continue to do this. It's not something that you reach
Yeah.
it and then you quit.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So I would like to get back into being healthy, right?
Mhm.
Trying to I'm actively eating healthier,
Mhm.
but then like exercising, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Doing calisthenics or doing weight training and
Mhm.
doing jujitsu again.
Yeah.
But
That's
with
awesome.
this house and with this being a process, I feel like I don't have the time to do it because I want to focus on that and getting it done
Yeah.
and not dragging it out any longer. So
So working your calisthenics while you're working on your house.
Hey, there you
I
go.
mean, if I'm down doing trim, I could always do a push up every time
True.
I get back up.
Just
Yep,
plank
true.
with the nail art.
And the thing is, like with discipleship, then, and Micah and Jose, Micah is a good and faithful Christian man. Jose, I think I think he's also a Christian as well. Like we've had Bible studies together as like jujitsu, as a jujitsu
That's
group.
awesome.
Yeah,
That is
if you
awesome.
Yeah.
Start. They do a Bible study after church in Millersburg.
Okay.
Jiu-jitsu.
Just doxed that town, but that's fine. It didn't say where you guys lived. But a part of that is you can disciple at jujitsu. Like they add that into.
No,
their
you don't
classes.
have to.
You can
to
disciple
go,
anywhere.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you don't have to go to.
Do you know how
certain
many conversations I've had with homeowners
Yeah.
when I'm on the job?
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially when I went through that transformation, they were like, "We seen you on the rough." Is like they didn't recognize me. They were
Yeah.
like, "Who's this guy on the finish?" I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
And then I went through the whole scheme. You know, it was a spiritual change first, and then the weight.
And
came off
also
later.
like, hey, we'll buy you guys pizza.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you
Can you
can
buy
but
me a salad instead.
but I won't eat the
eat
pizza.
the
They're
pizza. Why not?
like, what blue collar worker doesn't eat pizza?
I mean, I'll
Yeah.
tell you what. You hand me a mean Caesar salad. Oh, I'll destroy that, dude.
I
Caesar
love Caesar
salad,
salad.
just like garden salads. Like you're throwing chicken and tomatoes and all that kind. Vegetables are a wonderful thing. Although at this point, it'll give you supposedly, cherry tomatoes, blueberries, lettuce, cilantro will give you some sort of waist slimming diarrhea parasite.
Sounds
So
like Ozempic.
I heard about that.
So is it- yeah, it's
explosive
free
diarrhea.
Ozempic.
Yeah, for
So-
I just gotta go buy
Eat
blueberries.
cilantro, people.
Well, that's not totally true because I've been eating some of those and I haven't had that yet.
Side
Somewhat.
effects may.
You know what's
So
worse?
anyway.
You know what's worse than being diagnosed with waist slimming diarrhea from a parasite?
Wait, gaining diarrhea?
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
That would be awful.
That is to
It's
be
getting late.
diagnosed. That's to be diagnosed with that is to have waist slimming diarrhea and not have a parasite. It's just you. You can't blame it on a parasite.
Nothing
This
you
is
can do
getting
about
into
it.
Committed Pursuit after dark. So,
that should be like a Patreon
yeah,
podcast.
Actually, that's
we
a good
do
idea.
need to explore
We
some.
should do that.
We
Absolutely.
should explore some
Take
ways.
these people's money.
Yeah.
We should explore some
All
ways
50
to add
people?
revenue.
What are you talking about? Come on.
Anyway,
We won't
um,
take your money, Mom.
This
So-
diarrhea talk belongs in the YouTube shorts.
Anyway, so let's wrap this thing up.
Yeah.
There may have to be a part two.
Yeah.
There
I'm
might
down.
be because
Yeah.
If you are a follower of Christ, please continue to go out and show the love of Jesus Christ to the people in your community and disciple them. Like, go and make disciples. Like, pray about it and ask God to bring somebody in your life. Like you can go out and find somebody, but
You know what Joey Martin says?
Go ahead.
Everybody says about seeking God,
Yeah.
and like, okay, well, God, is this what you want me to do? He says,
Yeah.
pray, guess, go.
yeah.
So, like, do it. Because
Welcome to the world of business ownership.
because if you continuously pray about it and you don't get any word, like,
Yeah, he's
Are you
going to be
gonna
there
not
with you in whatever you do.
Anyway,
I'm gonna
okay,
be
let's
brutally
go.
honest. No, I am going to say this because this is right. That is, and this may be good or bad. I don't know. That is the process that I use to get a girlfriend and then get a wife. I was like, God, I like this woman. I think this is what I want. I'm going to go unless you stop me.
Yeah.
If I'm going to do this, if I'm going to pursue this woman, then you got to help me out because I'm a dum-dum. I don't know what I'm doing. But if you don't want this, then stop me. But I'm going.
I
'cause here I
did-
go.
I did
And
that
you know what?
with-
It turned
with-
out pretty darn good
I
for me.
did that, and before I met my now wife, I went through a few rejections that way, on that basis.
Yeah.
And there's your
learning-
answers.
Huh?
You know.
Yeah,
There's
and
your
learning
answer.
how to deal with rejection.
It's not easy.
No, it's not easy, not
Yeah.
fun, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyways, go ahead.
I have a question. I know. I'm so sorry, chatbot. I know.
I
have a
could
very
go
quick
on.
question.
Are we running
I
up
know.
against some recording time limit?
No.
Okay. I have a very actually. I'll just ask you later.
Not actually,
I'll ask you off the
technically.
podcast
Okay.
Well,
because we have to end it.
okay.
We do,
So I
yes.
think we should prepare for part 2
Yes,
sometime.
definitely stay tuned
Because
for part 2.
because like this has been great, and we could get into a whole like the whole thing. Okay, never mind. I won't.
Yes,
get into
don't forget
Let's
to
save it for later.
follow us on Spotify. Hit like, subscribe, claim,
Yeah, please
comment,
do.
do all,
on
do all the
YouTube and
things.
Spotify are the
Yes.
two main ones.
Yes.
Also Apple Music.
On
If-
socials too.
Leave
Yes.
negative reviews.
If
Leave
you-
positive reviews.
You know what? Yes.
Leave
5-star
neutral
reviews.
Leave honest reviews. Don't worry about if it's positive. Just honest.
yeah.
Don't leave
reviews.
harassing reviews though.
Nah.
Anyway,
well,
Bad publicity is better than no publicity.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't
It's
know.
not always true.
Anyways, also we are working on getting some T-shirts made.
yeah. So stay tuned for our
So
t-shirt drop
be on the lookout for
and
that.
maybe
and it'll
a
be
merch giveaway.
Oh.
it'll be
We did not
a-
talk about that, but we are doing a merch giveaway.
Let's go.
we will discuss that. But there will be a limited amount of T-shirts available
Yes.
for
Yeah.
the first drop. So
Yeah.
be looking for that, and I think that's
That's a
all
wrap.
for tonight.
Episode 15 in the books.
Yeah. Thanks for having us.